But go to the dice rolls and type it in, just so we remember what it is. You have no constitution as a paladin? Or a cleric?
I accidentally did not add it.
Oh, okay. What's your bonus? Because don't you have con saves?
Yes, let me verify real quick.
Because I think paladins are like strength and con, so. Or maybe it would be charisma and con? Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I was like, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, you're there.
I don't hear Yantra, so.
Yamcha looks like he's mute.
Oh.
Well, his icon's lit up, but we
That's
can't
the
hear
problem.
anything.
It's constantly lit up, but we don't hear anything.
He doesn't have the mute thing set up. At least not through Discord.
Yeah. So the other part of the group, everyone but Mom, then what are you guys doing?
Investigating the cart full of skin. And other things, because there were a couple bodies you said, right? Like intact but bloated, gross bodies.
There's 3 kind of as the bottom layer, and then the rolls.
Yeah, we're looking through this to figure out what this is.
I am probably gonna keep. Well, no, we have the rogue to keep an eye out for things, right? So. Since he's not helping with with investigating.
You can see him kind of on the cart, just watching you guys. So.
Okay. So yeah,
I don't think he's like
I'll
laying
help
down,
with
hiding
looking
up there.
around.
Yeah. I'm
well,
not being stealthy.
I was gonna guard, just in case something else started to come this way, because this stuff smells so bad, and sometimes things find that appetizing. So. You know.
That's
so,
dumb
but
meta knowledge.
if we already have a lookout, then I can help. Look around and figure out. Hopefully, help figure out what happened.
I'm gonna stand up.
What's going on?
Look towards Yamcha and shout, "2 flocks."
Large flock.
Yantra or Momnin?
Or Momdin. Sorry, not Yamcha, Momdin.
I saw what happened. Don't get me wrong. I watched.
So investigation roll or
are you specifically looking at the bodies? What is your end game here? Is it just what went on here?
I want to like see like looking at the general the bodies, is there an obvious way they died? How bloated are they? How gross are they?
If it's body focused, then let's do a medicine check.
Okay, I wasn't done, but then yes.
I'll assist.
Okay. Then just do an investigation if you're just doing a general idea, and I'll tell you if you want to search the bodies more, then it's a medicine.
I wanted to be looking at the skins as well, were they skinned nicely, or was it hastily done, or was it professionally done? And it's someone has been skinning people for a while to get good at skinning people.
Well, that would still probably be medicine, but you could get a general idea probably based on investigation on everything. So just do investigation.
Which one is investigation?
Intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want us to roll separately, or can I assist him?
I mean, if you're just assisting him, then he can roll with advantage.
16.
Okay. Yeah, I'll assist.
Okay.
I don't know if you should have, but you also don't know him that well, so.
My investigation isn't very well, so I'm just gonna help him, by looking stuff over and So my
Helping move
medicine
things.
my medicine is decent, so I could possibly tell if I'm gonna get sick by handling these people by helping him look.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
So
While they look around, I'm just gonna limp on back to the carriage.
okay, Kita and Yantra will be the only other two by the wagon. Yantra will need to roll a. Oh, you got the 17, and we didn't hear. Oh, because your voice changed. So what's your bonus? Because I'm assuming you have at least a 1. But depending on how high it is, I mean, you might just not even gag. Just buried a few people. At the
Usually
very
when
least, you're not immobilized, Yantra, by like vomiting. But yeah, Yantra and Kita, what would you be doing as they are kind of investigating the cart or the wagon?
I would be +3 with my con.
Yeah, I mean, smells of death and rotting and all that, but you're keeping your composure. Really difficult to clean plate mail. Pretty sure you have plate mail.
Yes.
Yeah, you really don't want to throw open plate mail. That's like an hour just to get it on and off.
Gross.
So, Kita, what are you doing?
Can I investigate the wagon too?
Roll investigation. So, you're not going to notice much, but I'll give an extra point to Kavix, just as like a I mean, 3 people, you might point out one thing that he didn't notice. So it's, again, between 40 and 50 skinned humans. You notice that they are all slightly darker skinned, which you have heard that the traders are, being as they live further up north, and from what everyone has seen of them, it seems like lots of times they're spending in sunny, snowy places, so they get tan easy. Hardy people. It seems like it's males, females, all ages. The bottom 3, 17. Let's just roll. The bottom 3 seem important in some way as to why they were left.
Are they the same people? Probably, like similar, darker skin.
Yeah.
Big, like-
One of them seems to, even with the bloatedness, you can tell that they were muscular. They're taller than the other 2. They seem to be above average in strength and height and all that. So you're thinking that they must have been a leader or best fighter, something like that. And the female and male, other than that, have even under or over all the bloatedness have makeup on, which is not common other than with people of importance. Import? Yeah. They seem to be important. I mean, none of the other ones, I mean, they're all skins, but they're wearing makeup, eyeliner, some shade of foundation or something, and you can tell that it just draws attention to them. But yeah, all three of them are bloated, and they were on the bottom. And the rest of them are skinned bodies. It doesn't look like whoever skinned them has like a lot of experience.
So they're
It-
not like perfectly intact, like
No.
toes and fingers visible, like
There might be like toes and fingers, but it's like the actual whole toe.
yeah,
or,
like okay,
like
so they didn't.
chunks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and like parts where there's holes in the skin where it didn't actually get carved away and might be on whatever the body is. Stuff like that. And none of them have heads other than the three. So it didn't
Gotcha.
seem like they tried to skin the face or anything.
Okay. So it
Um,
was probably like hastily
well, it
done as
would have
just a
taken
message.
a
I mean, it
while.
like yeah, but
And
it's not like they were ritually going through and skinning the entire body perfectly, face, ears, fingers, toes, all involved as well. It's just like yeah, skin the body, throw it on the cart.
yeah, I mean, but then they also had to roll them up and then bind
This
them
is true.
with twine.
This is true.
And then the tarp was very meticulously sealed. It was, I mean, no one smelled anything up until he
Mhm.
cut the wire and it sprung open. It had so much tension on it that, yeah,
It
either,
sealed the cart.
yeah, like they tied it down tight enough that before they started expanding, it was sealing the air in there. So, yeah, you're assuming these are some traders
Yeah.
that they were supposed to meet. Now it would be a medicine check because it's hard to tell how they died with just
I'll
seeing
let-
the skin.
I'll let Gwen do that, and then I'll assist her since hers is. I don't know shit about medicine.
So Gwen would speak up and say,
Like,
Ugh.
let me.
So Kavik says all that or
Mhm.
whatever,
Well,
but
and
points out
as
that it's hard to
role-playing, I'm
tell how
like,
they
I need
died.
to do a medicine.
let me see.
Yantra or Gwen, or you can both individually do it. Kavik's can
I'm
aid.
not
I would-
proficient in medicine, but I have a really high wisdom. So
Yeah, my wisdom is not great, so I will assist in like yeah, I know like what a broken neck looks like, but I don't know about the rest of this.
okay, so I'll roll with advantage.
I am proficient in medicine.
Okay, then I'll assist Yantra instead.
Or Kita can assist Yantra,
Okay, that's true.
unless Kita is proficient, or we can have 4 people roll. It's up to you.
I just need to know if I need to roll once or twice.
I would just say Gwen and Yantra roll with advantage, then you'll have
Okay.
Kita and Kavik's helping you.
Okay. The first one wasn't too good. Mine were not too good. My highest was a 7.
So Yantra got 19 and 22.
Yeah.
Which, that's low for being proficient. Because proficiency bonus should be +3. So you're not.
Oh, I thought you said after the long rest.
Oh. Oh, it's still +2. You just don't have any bonus in it. Like you're not trained, or you don't have any wisdom.
You just
Oh,
rolled
your
really well.
perception and constitution are both 0.
Well, my con is +3.
Or oh, your con's +3. Last time, yeah, we forgot about that. But I remember your perception's none. Okay, so your wisdom is 0, but you have proficiency in it. Okay. So
And
with
I
the
don't have
22.
proficiency, but I have +4 to medicine. I
Oh,
just rolled
well.
really bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he just rolled better. He's been trained in it. You would have just had more inherent intuition.
Yeah.
So as you guys are
I've
going
patched up
through,
a sailor or two.
so you guys are going through.
Can I do like one of those Shrek things where I cut the finger off and blow it up and make an animal blimp?
God.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
Why?
For giggles. I would not do that, I promise.
Huh. So, yeah. It seems like, what type of damage is that? Um, that. You mainly look at the ones that were not on top, because the ravens messed up those. So, um, let's see. Huh. That is not. There we go. So you see either bruises or what's your Arcana Yantra or Arcana bonus?
Not that great. It is -1.
Oh. So you notice some weird something unnatural affecting the blood in just perusing them, about half of them, maybe under half. And then the rest seem to have lots of bruising, like they were bludgeoned to death. So, yeah.
I do point that out to everybody standing around.
Okay.
Because I'm like picking up one of the hands. Kind of like, this is not great. And I say a little prayer.
Okay. So, what are you guys gonna do with the bodies?
That's
You
a
guys,
great question. Do we?
uh,
Is it very reasonable to infer that these are the missing traders who haven't been around in a long time?
yes, it's
Would
highly
this be
likely.
all of
I was
them?
like, what?
You don't
Like,
kn-
was there only one tribe of like 50 people, or was there like quite a few?
You are pretty sure that they had more than 50 people. It
Okay,
seemed
so it's not like there was
the
a
group
complete
that
genocide. This was just a small massacre.
yeah, it seems like the group that came to trade though was always around 50
Okay.
to 100 type thing.
Okay.
Like, so it seems like it was probably the group that came down to trade.
And this is on the main road north of the
Mm.
wall, and we're only like what, a couple? You said we're 7 hours north of the wall,
Yeah,
so it's
I was
like
gonna say you
towards
guys.
evening almost,
Mhm.
or like
Yeah,
mid-afternoon.
Yeah, it was mid-afternoon because you guys
Okay.
camped at like an hour south of the wall.
So has
Woke
no
up.
one just traveled up here a day's worth at all in the last year?
You do know that people have traveled a day's worth, just not in the last um couple months
Okay.
because they kind of were just waiting and there wasn't really much you could do. You could send a person meandering. They had a general idea as to where they were, but they didn't like
Can I
ever know.
Can I do one more specific, I guess,
Is-
investigation or nature check, I guess, because I want to check around the cart to like figure out how long the cart was there. Like, are there fresh tracks?
Is there
or
a
is it
ledger
like,
or anything?
or is it
It
just bodies?
it seems like it's just bodies. The cart had
Were the three corpses clothed, or is everybody naked?
the
I mean,
three
there's
corpses were
10.
clothed.
Okay.
Everyone else was
Everyone else
naked.
is
They were
skinned,
not.
yes, but the
They're
the
skinned.
corpses
Yeah.
were
It
clothed.
seems like they had like yeah.
Okay.
Some
Just
items were taken from them, but yeah.
tattered, gross clothing. Got it.
Like yeah.
Okay, so then yeah, doing my investigation or
You
nature check on
had
the cart.
you had your normal like one. It's definitely been a month or two.
Oh wow,
Just
so that tarp was really on there, holding everything in.
yeah.
Gross.
No wonder we're having to make Constitution saving throws not to throw up. These things are
Yeah,
probably
like
pretty ripe.
yeah, like I said, someone took the time to seal it up with the tarp.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Yeah.
with your investigation, you notice that there's beeswax around the areas, like around the edge of the tarp, that they, after roping it on or before roping it on, had
Wow.
kind of waxed it to the side of it to
So
seal it all up.
this was a gift, a very very carefully wrapped gift.
Yes, it was definitely meant
Mhm.
to
All right.
explode.
Taking a poll from the group, do we preserve this? Do we try and get a message back to the wall to get them up here to take care of it, or do I just light it on fire?
Foolish.
I think we should definitely let the king know about this.
Oh, we'd be letting Jeff know about this. This is not
Yeah,
something we
no.
just don't tell him.
Yeah.
But like, do we
Well, I'm
try
I'm
and get
saying
him
the
to send
king,
a
so
detachment
then
of the
you know
guards
if
up
we
here?
so we don't accidentally say it out loud, so somebody doesn't know.
That makes
But
sense.
yeah, but maybe we should get his opinion on it.
Did we decide on the sending
Possibly.
stones? Is
So
that a once a day thing, or is that a when we need to, as long as we don't
As
use it thing?
Yeah, I mean the last time you used it was like 6 hours
It was
ago,
this
so
morning. Yeah.
yeah, you can
I
definitely use it again.
I would assume this is not an abuse of power,
No.
considering this is supposed to be this is a pretty big deal.
All right.
This isn't just
I'll
asking how the weather's in the kingdom.
I'll call up Jeff and see what he thinks about this. I'll give him a short explanation like, hey, main road found a well, okay, how many words is it? 25?
25.
25.
Found the traitors. They've been corpses a while.
Yeah. On main road north 7 hours. That's 6 words. Found wagon,
Mhm.
skinned people, Oh no. Full of skinned people. That's 12 words.
Are you trying
Yeah.
to say this as you figure it out, or are you figuring it out before you?
I'm
say
figuring
it?
this out, and then I'll So essentially, I'm just getting the rough idea to Brendan, and then assume it's 25 words.
Mm-hmm.
Advise
You have
on
12 words so far.
dealing with pyre or detachment from wall. And I assume he could infer what I meant by pyre.
Okay.
That's 21 words.
We'll use the extra 4 as detail words. I don't really know how to figure those out. But yeah, so I'll call Jeff, say that.
Believed to be traitors. I didn't hear mention of traitor, but I may have missed it.
Yeah, traitor people. You
Yeah,
make sure that that's probably traitor people.
Just skinned humans.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, probably traitor people. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 24.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Then that to
So,
Jeff.
what do you do in
Okay.
the meantime, waiting for a response?
I guess scan an area to make sure that it's okay to hang out for a minute.
Roll perception.
Get some distance, but where we can only
Bugger.
but we can still see and kind of keep people away from it, I guess, if they so happen to come across it.
16.
Was that for
I mean-
all of us or just him?
That was just him keeping a lookout. Is
Okay.
everyone else just keeping watch? Like,
Yeah, I'll keep
kind of
watch.
standing there
Mhm.
waiting, trying not to get
Yeah, I would have
ambushed?
been on.
Okay, then everyone just do a perception check.
Oh my
Fuck
gosh.
my life.
I just looked down at my notes and the first 3 words I saw were mixed meat tavern, and I laughed about that because that's just still the worst name for a tavern.
Their
That's also
special
really
is
inappropriate.
Ooh.
mixed meat.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
disgusting. I'm imagining like a Chili's.
Gwen,
Focus
what
on-
did you get?
Yeah.
I got 22.
Okay. So I do need to roll.
Oh boy.
You did say that the mixed meat at the restaurant was not people, right?
Yes.
Yes, it wasn't people. That doesn't mean it wasn't dog and cat and rat and other things.
I'm okay as long as it's animals, unless it was like my childhood pet. I'm okay with it being animals. I prefer not to be a cannibal, so even unknowing.
So
So
Gwen and Kita notice seems like
Mammon doesn't see shit.
no. Everything seems pretty still. Gwen and Kita notice up in the forest where the birds kind of flew out to. You see a few kind of start flying further north over the top of the canopy, and then yeah. Seems like the flock is starting to move north. Kind of near the edge of the forest.
okay. Hmm. I'll watch them as long as until they go out of sight.
Okay. Okay, yeah, the freaking response from you know what, let's just
I mean, you don't have to make it 25 words if you just give me the gist of what he says, because I know that figuring out 25 words is a little bit weird.
His name is Jeff. I'm just gonna
What?
type it out. I'm typing it out so that I know that it's less than 25 and I know, or 25 or less.
Really should make a code book for these things. That way you can say whole sentences using one word.
Pineapple.
That feels a little cheap even to me.
Well, I mean, like, that would be when you have something like that, especially if it's an established item that like people use. I feel like that would be something understood with where it's like, yeah, you have a little code book, especially for
Yeah,
missions
but
of
I
import.
mean, how are you?
I could see maybe
I
phrases,
mean,
but
that
not
could
like complete
work for
sentences.
like, yeah, but stuff like we found a cart of skinned people. How?
Oh yeah, that wouldn't have a code
How-
phrase for it. No, of
I
course not.
goddamn hope
Right.
not.
I mean,
Sea World, water,
Okay.
Shamu,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Earth.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Yeah.
14,
you're like arrived
21,
or
22, 23,
coming
24,
or
25.
you know.
Well, it's going to get cut off because he is still yet to really care about the 25 word thing and just doesn't realize that the last 4 didn't get sent.
Wonderful.
So he says, what the fucking fuck? How the fuck did we not discover this sooner? We sent people up there a month ago, burned them, they do, and then it cuts off.
All right. I'm going to. Okay, I'm gonna
What's
cast.
your intelligence?
My intelligence is 13 plus 1.
You have the book, I think.
The trade book, yes.
Yeah.
The book about traders. The
Make a history check, just real quick.
oh boy. One.
You
Roll
can do it in the
exclamation mark roll
dice rolls if you
1d
want.
20 plus.
Oh, the trader's etiquette book for dealing with these guys.
Yeah. It's like information on traders and all that.
4.
So, never mind.
Oh, am I gonna commit a sin?
Since I
Will
was
they not
there,
go to the
is
afterlife?
there
Okay. No, yeah, I'm gonna do what
since
I'm
I
gonna do.
since I was there and overheard the merchants that he was talking to, is that any help?
Not really, because they didn't say anything. But you didn't read the book.
I haven't read too much of the book yet either,
You skimmed
obviously.
through it, so.
Okay.
Okay. I hope they go to the afterlife after this. I guess I'm just gonna. Has it been more than a minute since I casted my spell? Probably. Yes. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast Dragon's Breath on myself again, and make the damage fire, and then just just repeat the action until it is very much ablaze, and
Okay.
is essentially a funeral pyre.
Before he lights it on fire, was there ever a question to, or was there ever an answer to whether or not there was like a ledger or anything?
There was nothing in there. It looked like there was like spots, like there was a little box built into the front of the wagon and that was empty, and then there was spots where things could be tied on the side, and then there was nothing. It seemed like the wagon was cleared
Okay.
of everything. And you could
Okay.
see like of the 3 bodies, it looked like 2 of them had like hoops for earrings but didn't have earrings. They weren't on the ground, so they had been thoroughly looted.
Okay.
So yeah, there
I
wasn't
was just
really
double
any
checking.
need to.
So.
Yeah, no, there was no need to search.
Okay.
At least not. Yeah, you just would hope not to find anything if you did a thorough enough search.
Okay.
So, you burn it. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll damage or just
No, I
You use all
Let's see.
3 in 2 seconds. Well, I can use it every round for a minute, so I can cast it 10 times essentially.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming that I can get it on
Oh,
fire
yeah. You
enough
can
that it's
easily.
going to get rid of
Um,
the smell, and also,
Oh,
it's
it'll be a
generally a
while
good
before the
funeral
smell is
custom.
gone.
Well, yeah, it's going to smell like
It'll,
something else now.
yeah. So, yep, you spend a minute. You're just gonna confirm that it's burned. You're not gonna just pause and be like, yeah, I think it'll continue burning. Just
No, like,
you're using it all. Just
I'm cremating
continue.
all of
Yeah.
these bodies.
It's definitely going.
Do we have to do another con check?
I
You're
assume
definitely
y'all back
far enough
away.
away. You're definitely far enough away. I mean, everyone has already gone past it, and I think that is like a more expected smell than
Alright.
freaking
Mhm.
Well,
rotting things. You'd rather.
as he burns the body, I'm gonna go ahead and get the cart turned around.
Are you going back that way, or are you going to continue going forward? Because the cart was on the path to go the direction you guys wanted to go.
I think my character's logic is that he needs to get back there and tell them what happened. Because this doesn't seem natural, and never know if
Well, they
someone
already-
else
We already
gonna come.
told
They
someone.
sent the message.
Yeah, we already told
I
someone.
told Jeff.
Yeah.
Same situation as this morning. I already told the person who needs to know the most.
And at the same time, if you think how long is it going to take for a message to get from the capital to this outpost?
He said that they have sending stones at the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
So he's
The
going to
wall
get it
has
to them
one. Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like, he already talked to the wall this morning about us letting them know that there was someone on top of the wall.
Yeah. He said he would contact them. So no, they've been alerted
And
to
he told
anything
and he
that
told them that we
feels
were
a-
coming too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he definitely has the ability to send messages to them.
Remind me, how long does it take for the sending stone to recharge?
There isn't really recharge. It just might randomly blow up on you if you continue using it over and over and over again.
That's
yeah,
what
he
it
used it
does.
too much.
I'm just saying, like, if you're like, you know
Yeah.
what,
No.
I'm gonna send a
That's
75
DM
word
rule.
message,
Mm.
and I'm like, seriously, you're just gonna call him 3 times? No.
So it's
Yeah,
for
I mean,
it's for important stuff. It's not just, oh, what did you have for breakfast today? Kind of things.
Yeah.
So
I
it's for
think the 2 times I
situations like
called him
this.
today was important things.
Yeah.
I
so
don't think anybody's gonna argue with you on that. That's for sure.
So you guys are, it seems like it's going to continue burning. It,
I'll
uh,
say a quick prayer and wish them well in the afterlife.
Gwen and Kita, you would have seen, a, pile of, driftwood or something off on the side of the road, further up ahead during your 22 and 19 perception.
Okay.
Would you have brought the wood to that pile, like, after he started burning it just to make sure, or would that not
Sure.
have crossed your mind?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay, so you guys head up there,
So,
bring the wood back
and
after he's
hopefully
already
it'll also
started.
help mask it as maybe just a huge bonfire.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, just to make sure that it burns out, if you guys added that wood, it would help. Otherwise, I'd probably need to
Yeah.
roll and see. But yeah, there'd be
Yeah.
some driftwood or something that was left behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys. I mean, the cart's usually enough, but it's a lot of bodies. You add the wood on top after he's already started burning it, and it easily catches fire and will continue to burn for a while. But it's kind of just a side of the road thing. It might catch some grass on fire, but it shouldn't spread. There's not much
And the
like tall
grease might
grass.
help, depending on if it's flammable grease.
It was like beeswax.
It is a very hot and heated discussion amongst DMs and D&D players around the world of whether or not the grease from the grease spell is flammable.
Yeah. Well, that was next to it, and that probably wouldn't unless you moved everything into that pile. But the wood will help burn it out, and you guys decide where you're going after that. Are you just going to continue? I think I said it was like 5 o'clock or something. Well,
we should probably go for a couple more hours, and especially to give us some distance from the probably not smelling great roast.
Plus, we still don't know who or what caused this, and the crows and the ravens' mysterious behavior.
So you're going to just continue down the road for another couple hours?
At least until we have to stop.
Okay.
Like a regular stopping point for a normal day travel that would have been anyway.
Yeah, it would be 2 more hours, 7 to 7, 12-hour travel. So you guys continue along. Do you care where you're camping? I mean, other than trying to find a flat spot and if there's a hill or whatever, but are you trying to be more specific about where you camp, or more particular, or just resting?
If there's
I think maybe not in the woods
if we want to use
with clear sightline
I
of
was
the
gonna
area.
say-
That way we can see if birds come at us again.
Because right now you guys are kind of
I was gonna
the
say
hills.
words, and then I was gonna say woods, and I was like, maybe not the woods.
Yeah.
The woods are about a mile away from you now on the right. Up on the hill, mile and a half. Because you guys kind of turned left and went further towards the beach, and then it kind of curved back after about 30 minutes, and you continued along north. So you guys are just, finding a spot that has vision of all of it.
Do we have enough people to do 2-person per watch?
3, 4. You have 6 people.
So that we'd only be able to do 3 watches instead of 4. So that might suck a little bit, but not too bad.
Yeah, I still would much rather do the 4 watches. That way everybody has a decent chance of getting rest. And not only that, even if somebody winds up not really being able to get rest through the night, then there's still at least 2 others that'd be well rested.
So what's your watch order?
I'll go first.
I'll go second
the
or third,
people
I guess.
that can't see in the dark,
I'll
probably not the
I'll take the morning watch. Yeah, that's what we had decided last time. Was those of us without dark vision are going to take first and last.
I will take second because I do have dark vision.
I'll take third because I do also.
So you're doing 4 watches?
Yes.
Okay, so who's sitting it out is Kita and Momden? Because I think Momden was sleeping. No.
I said that I would take a watch.
So
Can you
I
guys
think
see me?
Kavix definitely should, because Kavix didn't take a watch because he stayed up the night before.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the
so.
last watch. Yep.
So Locag, roll your perception, and you don't have dark vision.
No.
Okay. So yeah, roll your perception.
Yeah, this is drift globe.
Yeah, you have your drift globe,
which I set up on the other side of the camp.
Flaming axe.
which is burning at the time I'm on watch.
Last time you used your flaming axe too, so.
Let's see, did I have any?
I guess before we're like all like going to sleep, I wanted to make dinner for everyone. I can't remember what that does. Hold on, it actually does a thing. Ugh. Is it this one? Nope.
Is it with cooking tools?
Yes, which I have. Which book is it? I think it's Xanathar's.
Xanathar's, yeah.
Yeah, because it's under the tool proficiencies.
Yeah.
Cook's utensils. There it is. Okay. So I can make dinner. I can prepare a tasty meal. You and up to 5 creatures of your choice regain an extra hit point per hit dice spent, provided you have access to cooked utensils and sufficient food. So yeah, I'm making dinner, and it's gonna make everybody a little bit happier.
I can kill stuff if we.
Okay. So it would mainly help more
I can
during
kill stuff
a
if we
short
need
rest
to.
in the middle of the day.
Yes,
overnight you'll get your full hit points and level up, but it'll help.
It would, but it's a thing. We had a
Yeah.
day. I'm making everybody better.
It's for morale.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's for morale.
So I mean, you guys did have fresh ingredients from, the
yeah,
day
so I'm
before,
using
so.
some of our fresh ingredients. 1d20, and then there's DCs for specific things, but I just wanted to prepare a meal. I didn't need to do anything specific. So do you need me to roll anything?
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe roll just to know how well it was, but and just hope it's not a nat 1. But
2, and that's just with my proficiency.
Well, 2
bonus,
of us are resistant to necrotic damage.
I hope dinner's not that bad. Oh my god.
So it was not as good as it could have been.
It's that bad. The mixed meat was probably better.
It was you
God damn it.
Things were rare or overcooked. Nothing was perfectly cooked. Same old
Does anybody have purified food?
It's not gonna kill you.
Just kidding.
But it's like, yeah.
I use my tides of chaos to make dinner better.
It's the thought that counts. So
Gwen scarfs it down and is like, "Thank you." And if there's enough for seconds, she'll take some.
No, I'm serious. I'll use my tides of chaos to roll again if I can.
Oh, did I get it? No, I think you used it and you wanted me to.
Did I use it back? Yeah. Okay, so I don't have it. Yeah.
No, you don't have it.
Okay. Well, then never mind. I'll try again tomorrow.
So, yeah, it's one of those. The fire is different. Like, it's not as even. I'm used to cooking on an induction fire.
Oh my god. Magic fire.
So, every tent's all set up. Locag keeps watch.
Thank you for dinner.
Nothing happens.
You're welcome.
Momnin or Yantra, one of you said that you wanted to do second, or both of you did, so I don't know who.
I volunteered out.
Yeah, I
Or
offered
you wanted
for
to do
second.
morning. Or no. Momnin, you have dark vision.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why I took one of the later shifts.
You don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
You should do the fourth one then.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. Then Momnin, roll perception. Keep and watch.
For a second watch?
Yeah, I think we're doing Mom then, because it seems like both of you said that you were gonna do second watch, but Gwen and Kavix hadn't done watches, so I think that's why you were used to doing watches, but they had to rest because they went to the bar the night before and stayed up. So it's two people are always going to have to not do watches, unless you just want to join in on like Gwen's watch or Kavix's watch. You can join in and character build or whatever.
I am going to throw this out there. Laura's character backstory wise, I would not know the top side that well because I spent most of my life in the Underdark. So
yeah, you are not. There's things that you notice that people don't care. They're like, that's a fucking crab. We know. Like, see it? Yes, we're near the beach. That's just going to its home. Like,
oh, if you catch it, I have butter. I can make you something delicious.
That is true.
I like to at least think that I know the not stupid things. Like, yes, I know what the ocean is. Yes, I know what a mountain is. Things like that.
Well, yeah, but it might be like a weird looking crab that you think is dangerous, but it's not type thing. Stuff like that.
I could just take an arrow out and poke it.
Yeah. Like, you might see a freaking. Well, you're not close enough to the ocean, but like, if a jellyfish was there, you would probably investigate it a little longer than anyone else. Because what in the hell is that weird gelatinous thing, and why is it not eating me?
And if you get stung, at least Gwen will know how to treat your wound.
Oh, I would not touch it with my hands.
So,
Common sense dictates not doing that.
Yantra, did you want to join Kavix or Gwen? Yeah, would have been Gwen next, because Kavix, you're 1d6.
I'm rolling for my hit points because we're 5th level.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need to roll for your hit points, but you can.
I like risking it.
I mean,
live on the edge.
That's the exact average roll. Or no, it's not. It's one higher.
No, it's not. It's +1. Yeah. So I'm good with it.
So yeah, you guys. Well,
where did my pencil go?
Technically, you wouldn't get yours until after your watch, but
I know
it won't matter.
Unless I roll a really bad perception.
Try not to kill you. So Gwen, you'd be next. For watch.
Okay.
And if Yantra wants to join you, or Kita does.
I can join.
Okay.
Okay, so both of you guys roll perception.
$12.
You know, I'm upset that we haven't gotten a chance to do stealth or acrobatics checks because of my class. No, because of my class, I get double proficiency rolls on those.
Yeah.
So I have +7 to stealth.
10 and 12.
My stealth is +16.
Huh?
Nice.
Yeah.
He's
is
a
it
rogue.
double proficiency?
Expertise.
Expertise should not double the roll. It doubles your.
That's how I understand.
So
No.
it's 8.
It doubles your proficiency.
Yes, which the proficiency is +3, so it's actually +6. It doesn't double your attribute modifier.
I misunderstood that.
That would be fucking insane.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
I was like,
but that's what you picked. That's what you picked for expertise, right?
Yeah, expertise is instead of +3, it's +6. Not
okay. So I have a +11.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be +11 or 12 or something like that, not 16.
So that's kind of absurd.
Yeah, because at like level 20, expertise is plus like 22. Because you have 7, 14, 6, like, you're crazy. But if you did it as double everything, you'd be at like 38.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
that
it's
was just me misreading.
Yeah, it's double. You do double the proficiency.
So, Kira, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Kira?
You guys work tomorrow?
Nope.
Yes.
You guys heard me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now I know why my mic hasn't been working properly. That makes sense.
Why is that?
It's a different mic.
Yeah, it's using my headphone mic, not my mic.
Oh.
So
fun.
what? Okay. So what did Kira get on her perception check?
10. So it's 10 and 12.
Okay.
Still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
You're a lot quieter, but yeah.
Okay.
No.
I can switch back if it's too quiet, but
I can hear you.
Yeah, so Gwen and
Kira, are you still
Kira
there?
are on watch. You guys can talk on your watch. I'll be right back. I need something to drink.
Okay. Kira? I asked if you don't mind telling me, how old are you? I'm role playing while we're on our watch. So
I'm trying to quickly come up with an age because I forgot to think of one.
This many. You're 4 years old. Why would your parents let you come on an adventure like this? Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, still pretty young. How old are you?
Still pretty young.
Are you at least old enough to drink?
depending on what world we're in.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you at least old enough to drink? Okay. So, I'm 23.
Nice.
So I'm still considered young amongst my kind, so. Okay. Just trying to get an idea of the people that I'm traveling with, these age ranges a bit.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Seems pretty quiet for possibly such a dangerous area.
Yeah.
You use magic?
Yeah, I do. I'm a druid. How about, do you use magic?
I have a little bit. But I'm a monk by trade now. I used to be a sailor, but I needed better swordsmanship training. So I figured, why not add martial arts to it?
I see. I have heard martial arts helps a lot.
It does. Although magic helps pretty well also. So I thought about going that route, but I seem to be better with, hitting things than spells.
Yeah, especially when like something gets really close to you, because sometimes it's hard to think fast enough to cast a spell.
Really? It's definitely interesting. You can do so much with it. So. I've heard that druids can interact with animals. Is that true?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I used to talk to animals all the time because I come from a pretty small village.
I grew up on the sea. I've never really had. I mean, the longest I stayed in one place was the monastery. I don't know if I would quite call that place home. I spent most of my time, most of my days on a ship, on the move all the time. So.
Yeah, did you get to see a lot of cool places though?
Yeah, here and there. Mostly ocean. Seen a few different water species. Some friendly, some not. So.
Yeah, I haven't really been like out in large bodies of water. This is kind of my first time actually leaving my village, so.
Wow. I mean, at least I've traveled and I've seen some stuff, but I can't imagine how it can be your first time leaving your village and all this happens. Must be overwhelming.
A little bit, but I'm trying to get used to it.
Yeah. And I go and get an orange and I take a little bit off the orange peel and I smell it. Like if the smell from earlier hasn't left your sense of smell, you know, like if that's still giving you troubles, this might help a bit. So I always enjoy fresh food. So I didn't get it often on the ship.
Everything alright there?
What was that?
Oh, sorry, I thought it was muted. I sneezed.
One hell of a sneeze.
I thought it was like the next person. I thought it was like the next person waking up for watch or something.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Have you seen the new anime Grace of the Gods?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Seven
One of the
Deadly Sins
characters
ones?
died. No. It's I don't know if it's a new anime or not. I haven't looked it up on IMDb yet to see when it actually came out. But it's pretty good. But one of the characters dies by sneezing in their sleep.
Oh my gosh, that would be something I would do. I
They
have very violent sneezes.
they sneezed so hard and they did it 3 times in a row and their pillow moved further and further away from their head until finally they sneezed and they smacked their head on the floor so hard that it caused a brain hemorrhage to cause brain hemorrhaging. So he already had like an aneurysm or something like that in his brain.
That's not fun.
So in other words,
yeah,
pre-existing condition.
Yeah, but he'd been pummeled in the head with like beer bottles and abused by his family earlier in life and everything like that. He was not happy that was the way that he went out.
Doesn't sound like a
So,
happy anime.
no, it's actually really happy. So it's one of those ones where like somebody, so he died and he got sent and he got sent to a different world. So it's kind of like that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It would definitely be in the same wheelhouse as that so far. I've only gotten like through, I think, 5 episodes so far. So, but he goes to this new world as an 8-year-old boy.
Oh,
so,
that sounds
yeah. He gets sent to a different world as an 8-year-old boy by gods. That's why it's called By the Grace of the Gods. So, and he's still, and it, yeah, if you've ever seen That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, it's very similar. Very similar. So it's a pretty cute anime so far. But I thought that was like somebody role-playing as if they were waking up for next watch or something.
Almost ready. So last watch is Omnin. And
What?
Yantra, you're gonna help?
Good night, Kita.
I thought mine was second watch.
Oh, yours was second?
I'm
oh,
fourth
it's
watch.
Kavix. Kavix the human.
Kavix the human. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who has non-dark vision. So yeah, if Yantra wants to help, he can.
Do we have
But
we have 2 or 3 people that don't have dark
Yes.
vision? So, I
I
thought we
will
only
rise
had
with the
2.
sun.
I think it's
Kita
just me
only
and
has
Lokag.
low light. Isn't Kita's low light or something?
No,
she
Or
has
is it
Kita
dark
has
vision
dark
too.
vision.
in this? That's Pathfinder. Never mind.
Yeah, so it's just me and Lokag that don't have dark vision.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
what is my
your last watch?
There you go.
The
There's my
sun
perception.
is going
8.
to rise. Okay. Is Yantra going to help you?
Yes.
So you guys could always have a couple people like on the watches, maybe beginning and morning or something, or if you were being chased, make sure you have 2 people on watch the first watch or something like that.
That's why I was
easy.
asking if we had enough for 2 people, since this seems to be like I wasn't sure
Or a
with
couple
those crows
watches,
possibly being commanded.
But
Yeah.
so yeah, in the morning, Havix doesn't notice anything. Yantra, what did you get?
A 16.
Okay.
I rise with the sun. As I don't misquote that.
You have no bonus.
No.
But you do notice a little crowd of not crowd, but like 5 to 10 ravens kind of sitting up in the forest on top of one of the trees, kind of near the edge, watching you. As the sun rises, and you can see once the light hits them and they don't blend into the top of the canopy, but even then with dark vision, you wouldn't be able to see birds at night anyway, unless they were flying at overhead and they blocked the stars or the moon was bright enough. But yeah, you see that it looks like there's a little gathering of ravens on one of the trees, about 2 miles away from you, up in the forest.
As I'm staring and squinting, I elbow Kavix and be like, "Hey, more of your friends have returned." And I point
great.
off in the distance.
All right.
Flying or anything, they're just kind of
They're just watching us.
hanging out in the top of the tree.
Okay. So you want to just kind of keep an eye on them, and if they start coming at us, then we start waking everybody up, or should we just get moving a little bit early today?
Do you feel as everybody is well rested?
It's
They would
just
need to sleep in the cart.
It's just a couple birds. Like, if they start coming towards us or more show up, maybe that's when we're concerned. But also, maybe we keep an eye out for crows from now on.
Ka, ka.
I agree. And with that, that
You guys have all
allows
leveled up.
everybody to level.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yep.
Woo!
Everyone's leveled up. You get your spells, your hit points. Everyone just feels well rested. Yeah.
I whistle in the distance.
You just whistle.
And a magnificent golden steed.
What? Are you sure that's not a ritual? Is it a 1 action cost, or is it a 10-minute ritual? Because I thought it was 10 minutes.
10-minute.
Or is it just so you
It's
got to
the
do a
start.
ritual. Oh, the start.
It's the start of it.
Whistling. You're just gonna whistle for 10 minutes. Like, come here.
Yes.
Come. Like, yeah, for 10 minutes. That's the verbal. What about the other components?
Let me double check.
I don't know if there's material, but you have to. I mean, you can do it during your watch. You don't.
No components. Verbal
Somatic.
and somatic.
So you're just hand movements and whistling, like here, doggy,
Yep.
doggy, here, boy. For 10 minutes. 10 minutes,
Kiss
just here, boy.
Kissing towards the ravens.
Okay. So Alex just sees him sit down, pull out his holy symbol, and just start calling for a pet. You would know that he's casting a spell.
That's great. That is great. I love
you
it.
Don't think he's going crazy, but
if that was
also,
like a bunch of non-magic users around him, they'd think like, "Oh, great, we're got people going crazy already." And we're 1 day into our adventure, 2 days into our adventure.
I'm just fully dehydrated.
So, that is your. That doesn't call like the Pegasus, right? It's just a normal animal,
Nope.
and then later is find greater steed. That you can
Yes.
get like a freaking Pegasus or a unicorn. Or
You can
whatever.
have a Pegasus?
At
Yeah.
this moment, it is just a warhorse.
It's a paladin spell only. It's like their
That
special
is awesome.
It's like paladins have to have something to ride. They're paladins. Let's give them a spell. Yeah, you know
But
what?
oh
When
yeah,
they
let's
reach,
make 5e mounted combat suck ass.
when
Right.
they reach 10th level, we'll make sure that they have something that like has like freaking claws or wings or something. Like,
I think it's essentially you can summon like up to a half challenge rating animal to make
for
a
the first
mount.
one.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what,
the find
because they're
greater
all like
steed.
they're
is-
half or less. The warhorse is half CR, and then I think the mastiff is a quarter, and I think the pony's a quarter.
Yeah, it's just when you get like a Pegasus, it's like that's a little, but it's at like 10th or
much.
12th level, so
Yeah.
it's down the road when people can start transforming into giant vultures. I mean, then
Yay.
the paladin gets a Pegasus. So, everyone awakens with their souls like revitalized, and intuition hits you all almost at the same time that you can do shit you couldn't do the day before. And yeah, you guys
A
head off, I'm
rhinoceros.
Hmm?
Sorry, the find greater steed. One of the options is a rhinoceros.
I was gonna say that can't be
Nice.
non-greater steed because that's
That's
you can't get
fucking
a
awesome.
tank, but greater steed, yeah.
That's great.
A griffin, pegasus, peryton, direwolf, rhinoceros, or a saber-toothed tiger.
Fucking rhinoceros.
Well, a peryton's like a freaking dragon, deer, lion. Like, it's weird.
Oh yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah, that would be my one to pick, just aesthetically based. I mean, or chimera. I mean,
It's a winged deer.
so
My martial arts goes up, and I get stunning strike.
Yeah, and everyone's bonuses go up by +1 at least, unless you have the expertise, then it's
Woo.
2.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that would be pretty
Yay.
sick. It's got like a
I
skull
get
for a
extra
face.
attack. Nice.
so
You guys get all
Guys.
this fun stuff, and I just get to hit people more.
I
Well,
didn't. I got an
everyone
extra
else,
spell
yeah.
and
Well,
a
you
couple
get
third level slots.
you get
and
third level
that's it.
spells. That's it.
Yeah.
And then I think the rogue gets the dodge action.
And another dice for sneak attack.
Yeah.
I get the uncanny dodge.
Yeah, most of them are not crazy, but it's always something super important. I mean,
I can
third
use my
level.
fireball dice. Oh my god, I'll be right back.
So
I get a D6 for my unarmed. I get another key point, and I get extra attack and stunning strike.
where is that? E. There we go.
So excited. I have had one of those bricks of 36 little D6s for like years, and this is the first time that I get to throw a handful of them for fireball, and I am so excited.
I'll just make sure you don't get into a fight today.
Nice.
If we fight, yeah, you're right. I will avoid instigating fights today.
I doubt it. Just said fireball. Can't just not.
Right now it's 8d6, 8d6.
Let's see.
Yep. Awesome.
Those. That I don't care.
That is mine.
It's a G. Okay.
Nice. My passive perception is 17.
Ignore this roll, just testing something
I have one character that their passive perception, investigation, and insight are all the same, and their stats for each of those are not the same. Thought that was interesting.
Okay, that should have gone up by 1.
So, yeah, not this character, but a different character.
Actually, let's take that off. So, you guys are just going to continue heading out?
Mm-hmm.
Keep going north to Funky Cave.
It's, what did I say, a week north, I think?
You said two different things multiple
Yeah,
times.
7 days.
Yeah, I think it was 7 days north of the wall. I think the first time I said like,
You said 3 days the first time.
yeah, but it's 7.
7 days.
It's like I think it's 4 or 5 days till you get where the meeting spot was supposed to be for the traders, but it's kind of a secondary goal. So
Yeah, 3 days to the trade clearing, 4 days north, and then east to where the nomads might be hanging out, or probably not anymore, and then 7 days to the cave.
okay, so you do
From
have
the
that
wall.
written down. Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys are 1 day north of the wall. The fight doesn't an hour won't change your day thing unless you guys get way off. I can't do that. You guys would die. So
What? You can't just whisper something like that.
Right?
You.
The hell is that?
Who's driving?
We're going in that direction, right?
It's my turn to drive.
Okay, and I mean,
unless anyone else
just
has a
everyone
really good animal
perception
handling.
checks once you start going.
Everyone or just me?
Everyone.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1.
Ooh!
Hey,
I
you're
got
not
a 19,
alone.
so you're good.
You're not alone.
And Yantra got an 18.
Nat
Oh,
20.
there we go. Kita's the one paying attention to everything for us.
I mean, Yantra, Kavik,
Thank you, Kita.
or today.
I rolled percentage for the nat 1 and I rolled a 95.
So ignore the 22, starting from there down. 18, 19, 27. Oh, did someone roll in like general? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I got a 5.
Oh,
I rolled an
5.
at 1.
So is it Gwen and Momnin are in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gwen, Momnin, doesn't matter. Lokag, you watch the general area. A bump in the road doesn't surprise you, but other than that, you're not. You're just paying attention to the immediate vicinity and what's coming up ahead on the road. Maybe riding shotgun or riding on top. Kita. Right, 27. Yeah. So we're gonna do the 18, 19. And Kita. You 3 see the crows off to the right are kind of a little catty corner. You just kind of see a couple of them always up in the trees, slowly moving along the forest in the canopy. And then you can't really see anything in the forest.
They're just like hopping between the trees, coasting a little bit, then
yeah, like you see them
keeping
slowly.
pace with us.
They're still up kind of catty corner, like they're ahead of you and to the right up in the forest, up about 2 miles. But yeah, they are ahead of you, but keeping pace with you. So, I mean, technically you're keeping pace with them.
Gotcha.
What else would you notice? Yeah, probably wouldn't see anything on the second day. What would it be? What's nature? Is that wisdom or intelligence?
Intelligence.
Okay, what are your intelligence, Kavix and Yantra?
I have a +1.
Ooh, -1.
So, unless you guys aren't trained in nature, I'm guessing.
Would be naturing on the crows?
No.
Okay.
No,
I'm driving, so I'm doing
I am.
perception and
I
animal
am, but I
handling.
don't see anything, so.
No. Kita, I would assume you're trained in nature and you got the nat 20. So you see 2 things. One, there's definitely an unkindness of ravens in the area underneath where the ones above are, in a kind of swarm, but just like a general crowd of them flitting through the forest in the darkness underneath the ones that are above.
Ravens or crows?
Ravens.
I thought you
Raven?
said they were crows.
No.
So there's
ravens.
crows in the top and then ravens below them, or they're all ravens.
They're all ravens. Well, there's some crows and some ravens. They're a mixture,
Okay.
but yeah.
Because we made a bunch of murder jokes
was-
last time because it was a bunch of crows.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're in the
Okay.
same family, but
Corvids.
they're yeah. And you also notice in the opposite direction that it seems like by the end of the day, a cloud formation off in the distance is probably going to dump copious amounts of rain on you guys towards the end of the day. So that's the two things that you would add on to just seeing that the birds are flying. Keeping pace in the forest, you see that there's a bunch more underneath the canopy and that there is a upcoming storm. Not like a deadly kind of thing, but definitely doesn't look like you guys will be having fun sleeping outside in the tents.
Looks like we're in for a rainstorm tonight.
Wonderful.
I like the rain. At least I'm used to it anyways.
Like torrential downpour kind of thing? Like even the tents are going to be soaked?
It's sounding like it's going to be, some of that like heavy rain where it's almost not raindrops, it's just streams.
It'd be a good night to take a shower in the rain. It's gonna be that much of a downpour.
We're in the
That would be
northern
true.
hemisphere of this planet, I imagine. It's probably cold water.
You're, by the ocean as well, so all rain is pretty much cold.
Ugh,
Uh,
gross.
It's
Not really.
refreshing. It can't be any colder than the ocean.
Yes, it can.
It's about the temperature of the ocean at night. I mean, so yeah, that's,
I still think it'd be refreshing.
so the storm is in hours. That's towards the end of the day, most likely.
Are we still
yeah.
pretty much like on the beach? Is the forest pretty close to us still?
The forest is 1.5 miles, 3/4 off to your right, and the beach is, the water is probably about 1 mile, but the actual sand is probably 1/2 mile, 3/4 mile, depending on where you're at, away from you.
Okay.
And yeah, so you guys are just going to continue.
Do we want to find better shelter rather than just cart and tents tonight, or do we want to just deal with it and stay away from the birds that don't like us?
I feel like we should find shelter because the birds won't be flying in the rain.
So are you just going to keep an eye out for the whole day for any sort of shelter, or just wait until kind of towards the last third, or until it gets closer? So you still definitely have travel time in order to get up ahead. You guys didn't even notice that the clouds were that big until you realized how far off they were. And then Kita pointed it out, and you were like, oh, yeah, that's definitely going to get.
Yay, Kita.
So you still have time to move. I would assume you'd continue on the path, but if you want to keep a lookout the entire day for something for cover, or if you just kind of want to keep going and then.
I would think like once we can start seeing the rain and hearing thunder and like it's like getting close to camping time anyway, like I guess I'm okay with losing an hour. Maybe. It depends on you guys, but I would rather not get soaked.
I would rather not get soaked either.
I'll help with either. So
We do have an additional horse, correct?
There's
Would
2 on the
there
cart
be-
and then yours, right?
Oh yeah, what happens with that? Do you just get a horse? What steed did you call?
It was a yellow warhorse.
And it just essentially follows your commands.
Yes. So, if I'm
You're just
within a mile
riding
of it,
along.
yeah, I communicate with it telepathically, and I believe it stays there until it dies.
If
It
you
it
leave,
hangs out. What?
if you leave within a mile radius of it, it just dies, or you
It
just have it
disappears.
summoned till it dies.
It's summoned until it disappears. Your steed
Okay.
serves you as a mount both in and out of combat. You have an instinctive bond with it that allows you to fight as a seamless unit. While mounted, you can use any spell that targets only you. Oh no, I'm sorry. You can make any spell you cast that targets only you target your steed.
That seems helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then you can immediately summon it when you have 10 minutes to cast the spell again.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
technically a ghost animal.
So you
It's
have
Arvac.
that extra horse.
It's Artemides.
So
Well,
everyone,
Arvac is from Skyrim.
so everyone's
It's
going
a
to
summons.
search towards the end of the day. Just kind of continue on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was going to see if it would be all right if they wanted me to proceed forward at like a double pace to see if there was any housing or anything that is coming up, and then immediately report back. You know, not go too far, but definitely
Up ahead.
double the time. That way, the cart isn't, rushing forward and bouncing along the pathway.
Okay. Then
If you do
yeah.
that, I can go with you.
I throw one of those thumbs up, jump on the
Cool.
back,
Yep. Jump on
just
the back.
hold on tight. If it's
Okay.
okay with everybody
I give you a
else,
tight I give you a tight
Yeah.
squeeze around the waist.
I fart.
So.
I
And I get off the horse.
Hey,
Just
can't
kidding.
blame him. You're the one that squeezed.
He squeezed me.
He said hold on tight.
I know. It squeezed me.
Well,
But,
what do you expect when you hold
if
on
it's
tight?
okay with the group. Yeah, if it's definitely okay with the group, that way I can make a little bit of kind of exploration to see if we have a safe place to rest out of the rain.
I guess sure. I don't care. As long as you keep an eye on the woods, and if you see birds coming at you, you hightail back to us.
Yeah, double time.
Okay.
That's also why I didn't want him traveling or going up ahead by himself either. So.
And then he farted on you, and now you don't care, right?
Yep. Aminator will let me see.
Fantastic.
You start heading out.
Real quick. Gwen, you coming with? I shout. I promise I got it all out.
Yeah, but I was gonna say you fart me again. You're getting hit.
I can't make any promises. But you're more than welcome to join.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
I hesitantly get back on the horse.
Awesome.
Okay.
I thought paladins knew etiquette.
There was a little etiquette. You squeeze me.
Chivalry is most of the rules of combat.
I thought my armor would have like muffled it, but it amplified it like a tuba.
It made it worse.
Yeah.
Like a tuba.
Or maybe like a drum.
Yeah. And then I like smirk and I go, that was actually the horse.
Yeah, the spectral horse can fart.
Blame it on the horse. That's good.
Question
Okay,
is,
and then
when you say that, what would the horse's reaction be?
Oh my god.
Because I communicate telepathically with it, he goes, haha, good one. Just simple.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Head out. Make. You communicate with it telepathically. So it should be okay.
I guess it would be another question just before doing any other types of rolls. Do I roll one for me and one for the horse, or is it just one for me?
For perception and stuff?
Yes. Just so I know.
What is the horse's perception and all that stuff? What's its wisdom?
Let me. Probably should have had that ready. Let me double check. Okay, so find steed. For a warhorse. And a warhorse has 12 wisdom and a passive of 11. Passive perception of 11.
I mean, as
Here,
long as it's not like, if you're telling it to do something and it's not like moving, like if you guys are just like kind of standing there, then yeah, but if you're gonna have it like look back and forth and like around behind it as it's charging down the road, it's gonna be at extreme disadvantage.
Okay.
So
definitely.
If you want to have it like trying to search for things that it's just been summoned into this world, like
no,
doesn't know much. I mean,
checking.
I would do it if you're like, oh, let's send up the horse ahead because no one will attack a horse. Like, yeah, then you can do it. But as you're riding, you probably don't have to pay too much attention to where you're going. I mean, it's not like you had to train it for anything.
True. The only change is that the intelligence is a 6. Because it says if your steed has an intelligence of 5 or less, its intelligence becomes 6.
Okay, so
and
it
gains
becomes
the ability
smart
to
enough to
understand
talk
one.
or
Yes.
understand. It can't talk. It can communicate like simple things.
No.
No, it can talk.
No, it just understands
telepathically. It understands me.
Oh, okay, it understands and can maybe communicate general ideas or whatever mentally to you. But yeah, can't speak.
Yes. So let's see. Gains the ability to understand one language of your choice that you speak.
So you smokes. Both of you do perception checks first.
So a 15 for me.
I rolled a 15 also.
Okay. Let's see how good your luck is. Yeah. I'd say that's good for you guys and not bad. There. When did you start heading out? Like, kind of when it was a couple hours away or something? So you were just going to kind of go an hour ahead at double pace and then an hour back to kind of meet them, or like halfway through the day, kind of go up ahead and then come back?
I would say at least an hour and a half. And then
We'll say a couple hours before the
yeah.
storm's going to hit you. Okay. So you had about an hour distance to go and then an hour to get back, or a little less than an hour.
Yeah,
They would
roughly.
still be moving. So you could go an hour and a half, and then they'd probably have moved a little bit, and then half an hour back. And after 2 hours, they would have moved an hour in the distance it took you to move an hour and a half. So, you guys head up, and you both see, kind of at the edge of your vision, when you're about to start turning around, the top of a hill with a chimney poking out of it, kind of off
Hobbits.
a couple 100 feet off the road, up near the forest, not in the
I'm sorry.
forest, and kind of you're about to turn around, but you continue up a couple 100 feet and see that there's a little path that leads up to a kind of like onion shed in the hill. Some sort of storage or a house, you don't know. It just has it has like big barn doors on the front, so that's what makes you think it's storage. But it has some sort of ventilation or heating, something. Nothing's going. It's not like there's smoke or anything, but it doesn't look compromised, and looks like you could even fit the wagon in there.
Ooh.
Or the carriage. But it's going to be a close one. You wouldn't be able to go up there and investigate and get back to them probably in time, because you would need to run back and try to get them to push the horses a little faster, because it's out of their reach of getting to it, or they would just need to be in the rain for about 15, 20 minutes at their normal pace. But if you run back to them now, you could get them to speed up their pace and get in there right before it hits.
Definitely. So I pointed out to Gwen because no doubt she sees it.
Okay, you both happen to see it like at the same time. You raise your fingers.
Yeah, we got the
As
same.
you're about to both turn, like both of you go, Chip, like same exact time.
Jinx.
What's that? Yeah, like when you see it, you turn around. Now I'm gonna do an animal handling. Just to see, because there is a chance you roll an at 1 or 2, but other than that, okay, it's easy enough. The horse really knows what to do. So, charges
You're getting
back,
oats tonight.
and you guys.
It doesn't need to eat.
There, the
I
rain.
know. I still
Rain's
want to give
about
it a treat.
30 minutes away when you get to them. You guys are just charged back 30 minutes at like double speed. So the carriage would now need to move double speed in order to get to where you guys had found it before the rain hits.
We might have found a place if they're willing to if they're willing to share a space. There's
Yes,
people
there's
already there.
we saw a little shed type area, and also a chimney coming out of a hill.
Did it look
Let's.
occupied?
It looked cozy.
You guys
Okay.
didn't get close enough to know there was no smoke coming out of the chimney, but it's not like you were able to see if the path leading up had been used or what.
All right. Everyone want to do that?
Seems like a good plan as any at this point in time.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
I'll
We
snap the reins and get moving a little bit. Not. I guess I'm okay getting caught in the rain for 5-10 minutes because I would rather not flip the wagon over.
Okay,
Mhm.
animal handling.
But let's get there.
And I'll
thing.
get back on the cart.
If we run into any bad weather, I'll hop off the cart and help to keep it going.
Oh, I need to change all of my proficiencies on my sheet. Haha! Oops.
It
That's
does
no
not.
bueno.
It seems like you guys start going faster, but after about 10 minutes, Yantra can tell that it's going the exact same speed. You just are making more noise. The horses are not going any faster. They're just continuing at their same speed. It's just
Oh my
more,
god.
yeah, mush, yeah, like whip, but so you think you're going faster because the adrenaline's pumping, but you're not.
If this were a western, there'd be epic travel music in the background,
Yeah.
but really we're just like
But
not
Yantra's
really
like
moving
just
it at all.
kind of going at the same speed as the other horse, and he's like trotting. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Do you see
you notice
anything,
that after
Yamcha?
about 10 minutes. Yeah.
This is going quite the nice pace, I say, and I with a puzzled look on my face.
Do I get to roll again? Or is that just like, okay, the horses don't want to move for me?
What were you rolling for, Yantra?
I don't know. I messed up. I hit the wrong button.
Okay. You were preparing a roll.
Yeah, I hit the wrong one.
Do one more
Mush.
animal handling. But this is going to be just trying to get them to go faster.
Hey, there's a 12. That's better than a freaking 6.
You know what?
Ooh, we lost someone.
Who?
Gwen.
Hello?
Audio issues?
Hello.
We cannot hear you. It shows green, but don't hear you.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, it cut out for a moment, and so I had to sign out and sign back in. What did I miss?
Well, now the horses are going. Now the horses are going. You mush them into a faster speed, and they bolt off. Havocs, who would be on top of the carriage? It sounds like mainly everyone rides on top of the carriage
Me.
except for Momnin.
Well,
I think he's the only
I'd be
person
on
who's
top.
ever been inside the carriage.
Kvex
Wow,
I
and
was inside.
myself would be in the driver's seat.
I mean, I could chalk that up to.
I'm on
Okay.
top.
So everyone except for Momnin and Yantra make a dexterity saving throw.
I guess I wouldn't, because this is the second roll that it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Never mind. I'll
You
shut
just
up.
you can't like control them to be like at a little bit faster pace. You have just
They're like,
Bye-bye.
okay, we're
pushed
going.
them.
26.
Yeah.
Oh my
26.
god. This is.
I rolled an
this
8.
is
I rolled an
great.
18. So But I got a total of 26.
I'm sorry.
Are you gonna roll Cavix? Or was that the 12 again?
Oh wait, I'm like, wait, do I
No.
have to roll?
Yeah.
Because I'm in the even in the
You're
driver's seat.
you're still on it. Momnin's just
20.
inside, rolling
Plus,
around.
oh, thanks. There.
But
Hanging on for dear
12.
life, more like.
yeah.
So I got
that
a
too.
12 anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you just had the easiest because you were holding onto the reins, but and you knew what was coming. So, key to everyone except for Lokag, who you mush, and he just, because he's so tall, his waist just kind of pivots and he rolls over the top of the carriage, and lands on the ground.
Oh. Is the
I
carriage
stopped.
still running,
Howard.
or?
I mean, it's going. It'll
Yeah,
definitely take a little bit to stop it.
I'm going to get up and start running behind it.
Okay, you're running. Yantra, make a perception check, unless Kavix is stopping it.
Oh no, I'm just yelling like, Yantra, get him! I'm not
Okay.
stopping.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Well, we had to have at least one, right?
Lokag, make an athletics check.
Oh my god. This is just
One sec.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, I mean, you're running. So it's continuing to go.
Christ.
Yeah, let's Yantra one more. Just one more perception check.
And I would yell at Yantra,
Yeah, I
like,
know you're
get him.
yelling at him, but if he fails another one, it's just gonna be he's up ahead. He's just gone too far out of your yelling distance.
Wonderful.
Okay, so you finally hear that he's actually shouting at you and not Tantra. He's not shouting like at some other person.
Pull on the reins and slow down.
So you slow down
and stop.
Kavix barrels past you. A couple seconds later, Lokag kind of comes running up to beside you and hops on the horse, I'm guessing. And you charge off?
Gwen, are you still on the back?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got...
Yeah, I rolled a 26.
Yeah.
Okay, so you jumped onto the cart. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She said that she was going to, and that's when I was like...
Okay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Lokag jumps on, I say, hold on.
Okay, so Lokag, make a either strength saving throw or dexterity saving throw.
Hold me, Lokag.
Is that a... Oh my goodness.
Hold me tight.
What's your strength modifier?
My strength modifier?
Yeah.
Is it 8?
No, your strength modifier was 4, right? Or 5?
Oh, no. It's a 5, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
5.
Yantra, you take 5 damage as Lokag literally squeezes. Grips you so hard he cracks like one of your ribs. Yeah, he's holding on for dear life. You couldn't lose him if you wanted to.
Wait. I do have animal handling. Or no, I don't have animal handling. Never mind.
You have land vehicles or something.
Yeah, vehicle.
So yeah, you just decided you weren't going to
both.
fall off twice and grabbed, just holding on to him. He could probably hop off the horse and you would just be holding on to him. So luckily you don't need to worry about him falling off. And
I whip the reins.
So,
question, Yamtra. Do you have a little bit of a brown stain in your trousers now? After that,
you squeeze something out. I say as I wheeze it out.
So,
I should have worn my brown pants.
Anyways,
Kavix.
so we only
Yes.
had one person
Make a
fall off the carriage, right?
Yeah.
Who makes a
Kavix-
perception check?
Kavix needs to. Because, yeah.
Yeah, +1.
Gwen, make a perception check.
My God.
question, Yamcha, would you be getting close enough to the wagon to where somebody can reach out and grab it?
9.
Slowly. Yantra, make a perception check. Okay,
17.
so you guys are literally parallel with where the building is. The rain's about to hit you, but everyone, like, the cart and everyone but you is, well, everyone. You can slow down right now if you want and make the turn to go to the kind of secluded onion shed thing. But the other people steering, because you weren't in front to lead them, just are going to barrel past. And the rain's about to hit in a second.
If I shout, can they
like
hear me?
one action. Don't know.
I shout as loud as I can. To the right! To the right!
So yeah, Gwen. Actually, we'll see based on your thing. Cause there's, yeah, do a shoot performance.
Me?
No.
To the
Yantra.
right, to the right. The house in the chimney is
Okay.
to the right.
Yeah. Kavix, you actually, we'll say Gwen, you hear him because you knew what to look for, and just now you're like, oh, we're passing it.
Okay.
So
yeah, I am
yeah,
proficient in navigator's tools, so I know how to navigate.
You guys are passing
Here,
it
so.
at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
what
so
are you guys gonna do?
I tell him.
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's over there.
I'm gonna make a wide turn. I am not gonna, like. I guess I'll slow down quite a bit and start turning, and I guess we're getting rained on.
Yantra, make an animal handling check. Holy smokes!
Damn.
So
fantastic.
My horse listens.
Yeah, your horse listens. Your horse actually just kind of stops trotting, pushes off the ground, and then rotates in the air as it's just flying, lands, skidding sideways, and then charges forward to the onion shed. With Locag obviously just holding on for dear life. And you just make a perfect 90-degree turn. The horse is showing off, and you're heading.
If it were a real horse, its legs would have snapped in half.
Yeah, but it's not a real horse.
Not necessarily. Have you seen the show horses?
Yeah, but they can't do like a running
cool
full 90-degree turn.
It's intelligent. It's slightly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's charging forward. Yeah, Kavix, you're gonna need to make another animal handling. It's not gonna be as difficult because you're essentially knowing you're going to get rained on and not trying to save yourself. But
excellent job,
I think it's funny that this is all just so that we won't get rained on.
I am having some issues tonight with the cart.
Roll another one. I mean,
God.
you can easily get aid from Kita or Momnin or Gwyn. Someone could help you. And
If we are able to get
there you go. You start like doing it way too slowly. You're about to just hit a tree, and Gwyn like just yanks a little harder, like reaches over, grabs the reins a little bit.
If we get close enough to the carriage, I'd like to climb onto it myself.
It's about 200 feet away right now. They booked it, just full speed past, because no one noticed. And Yantra shouted and turned, and now Yantra is right in front of the rain as you're going towards. The rain hits the cart or the carriage, and everyone is immediately pelted with almost hail-like rain.
Great.
Yantra, what are you doing as you approach the thing? Are you just going to try to barrel through the double doors or what?
So it's the double doors
How
of
fast are you
the
going?
shed,
Oh wait, no,
correct?
I'm not with him.
Yeah. It's like an onion shed. It's just got two big kind of barn doors, a little kind of hill cover that has some grass on it, with a little chimney coming out, and the front's just wood, but definitely big double doors, big enough for the carriage to fit through. You would see it has
I do get
a
closer.
board. It has a board holding it shut from the outside.
Okay. As I'm making the way up to it, I use the cantrip light to emit light, kind of, because if it's raining real hard, chances are visibility has diminished.
Are you slowing down? Or are you just
It's slowing down, getting up to the doors.
Okay.
And then I
once
shout
you kind
one
of
more
start
time.
slowing down, that's when the rain catches up to you. You were staying right ahead of it, but the second you slow down, it hits you, and you with Lokeg are about 60 feet away from the double doors. The carriage is going over some rocky terrain. You're gonna aim back for the trail probably before, instead of just taking a beeline for the doors. Try to make it easier on yourself and not hit anything. But you're a good 200 feet out.
Yeah, no broken cartwheels, please.
Yeah. Horses are upset, but they see what you're aiming for and are going in that direction. So it's kind of up to Lokag and Yantra what happens for the next round, as to if you just open the door, if you cut it in half, if you what.
I would like to announce our presence. I mean, if it's okay with you, Lokag.
I like to knock hard on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. It sounds like rain. Can't really hear rain.
No, I said hard on the door, not just gentle knock. I'm knocking hard. Knuckles knock.
Like punching hard or like knocking hard? Because even just a normal knock, like even if you wrapped with the face of your fists, if you weren't trying to knock it down, you probably wouldn't hear it. It is freezing semi-hail rain.
No one answers?
Investigation with disadvantage? Maybe you and Yantra?
Ooh. Let's see, is that correct? Nope. What was it?
A 6 with disadvantage. I'm sorry, a 5.
So you have 18 and oh, that was you, not Lokag.
Yeah,
So
5.
you got a 6. Oh, a 5. Yeah.
Come on. One sec.
You're trying to do the keep 1
Oh,
because you did roll
okay.
1d20, keep 1.
It was supposed to be roll 2. Oh, come on.
Well, you did plus keep 1. I don't know.
No, it's 2. Sorry. Example of roll 5d20, keep high and keep low. KH and KL.
You could just roll both of them and see what the higher one is. Let's say the bonus.
Yeah. Dagnabbit. $14.
Did it just automatically do both of them separate? Or
No, I did them separate that time around.
is it? Well, it has 7, 14, 15, 17. Like, it's like you accidentally hit enter
Oh,
twice.
shit. I did. I copied and pasted, and I forgot to change the 2 back to a 1.
So we'll just do the top one as 8.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, definitely you can't tell anything. Doesn't seem like there's movement, but in this rain, it'd be hard to see anything.
Just open it, Lokag.
Just open it?
Yes, let's get out of the rain. This stuff is pelting us. It's coming down real hard. Let's go.
Okay, I open it.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely open it. The bar sticks a little bit, but you pull it up and pull the double doors open, and the light shines in. It looks like, at least in the area that your light shines, this front, whatever it is, 40 feet, is empty. And then you take your horse inside and I guess get out of the way while they drive the carriage in.
Yes, I move out of the way to allow the wagon to get in there.
Okay. So
As I enter,
yeah.
I also cast light. That way, it's like, unless there's already light in there, but I would cast light. That way, I know not to run into something.
From Yantra, and he's kind of at the
Okay.
entrance, so he's kind of showing you. So you guys make it in and close the doors. And it actually seems like you probably wouldn't need to secure them. The wind is kind of pushing them closed as you pull them behind you. And the ceaseless noise stops. Well, not stops, but seems to stop as you can just hear it kind of pelting the door. And you get a...
Is there like a high spot where we can look out? Like a hay, like a place where they might store hay and stuff like that?
No, it's just an onion, like a large onion shed.
Basically, it's just a bunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see that this front area is devoid of anything. It looks like there's dirt, a little bit of grass, weeds and stuff. It is
How
wagons
long does it look like? How long does it seem that this has been used?
can make an investigation for the area past the area you guys have kind of trampled.
Okay.
It's
Not very
about
good at
50 feet
investigation.
deep, and
Aw,
20 feet
I
wide.
got it. I got it 2.
It doesn't look like it's been used
Oh,
in
that was
a
so
while.
cool.
And you guys have kind of charged the wagon in. You didn't like slow it as you went in, so you're probably almost to the back end. And at the back, about 10 feet, the back wall has like 10 crates kind of stacked at the back wall. Seems to be the only thing in here other than about halfway there is a chimney in the ceiling that shoots up, and beneath it there is a little fire pit on the side.
So it's a bunker.
Yeah, it looks like a storage thing. But the wagon is in. You have enough room to barely turn it around, but you can turn it around, untie the horses, whatever. Yeah, what are you guys gonna do for the?
I'm really hoping that this was not someone's home, kind of thing.
I'm wondering if it was a trader's stop where they would store things and.
I want to see if I can investigate anything and see if I can see anything interesting.
I'd like to do the same. Like, we need to make sure we're okay here.
If there can be a board put on the outside, we could possibly get locked in. So
be kind of hard for them to do
that. How?
16.
Well,
I mean, we could get out, but it might take us a while. I know, but
I could blast the door off its hinges if I wanted to.
If
It'd
I
suck for the rest of
I
us
could
in
easily
here.
rip the door off its hinges. Not to mention, which direction did the door swing? Inwards or outwards?
Outwards. Yeah.
That's why the board is on the outside. I'm just saying, I don't like the idea. We don't know how tough those doors are, or
Did we
if
bring the board in with us?
Not to mention, we
No,
don't have
he
to
just
fight
threw it
the
off to the
hinges
side.
if we decide to get out.
I think we'll
the
be.
hinges are probably on the outside, so since it opens outward. But yeah, I don't like feeling like possibly being trapped. So
I'm back underground. I'm back in my home element.
Yeah, Gwen is a little bit anxious, so, but she'll be okay as long as we have a watch. So.
Who's looking around?
I am. I got a 16.
Oh,
I am.
I don't look around. I just provide the light.
I'll cast light as well if I need to, just to really brighten the place up.
So,
I could brighten it up with my sword.
16.
13.
13.
Oops. Sorry.
Guessing Kita's investigating as well. Okay. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's been used in at least the past couple of years or so.
Huh.
Okay.
The crates at the back are from that time. They're not like ancient or anything.
Is there anything in them?
Do you open it? They're closed crates. You're gonna take a crowbar out.
I have a crowbar if you need it.
I'll leave them for now.
With the 16, you would see that they're all labeled with a language. They all have the same word written on them in a language that you guys don't understand.
None of us?
None of us?
If I don't understand it, when I'm
History
done pointing
check?
everything out, I'll point it out to everybody.
Kavix can make a history check.
1d20.
I find it hard to believe that none of us know this language.
History. Yeah, it's just a +1. Oh, shoot.
You don't get 2 +1s.
20 +1. There we go.
This
It
is
looks
D&D, not
like
language or not C++.
it looks like the language that there's a couple examples of in your book about the tribesmen from the north.
Would it have a definition of this symbol, or would it have something written down like, yeah, this is what they mark general goods with?
You can 14. Let's just see, high or low.
High.
You don't remember it, and you didn't really see a spot. You check a couple spots that shows it, and it doesn't tell you what you need to know.
Okay.
So you can continue looking for it during like your short rest of setting the carriage up or whatever you guys are doing.
Okay. Anything else eventful in there, or is it just been a couple years? There's crates marked with a symbol that we don't know.
Yeah, and then there's a little bit of water pouring from the vent in the top, kind of soaking the ash that's beneath it in the little fire pit. But
is there a flue? Can we close it, or do we? Is there wood
no,
anywhere?
There's not a.
There's
wood
crates.
supports, kind of
like, is there
against
fire
each side of the wall
anywhere?
No.
Okay.
There's crates.
There is
Yeah,
crates.
but I don't know how I feel about opening those yet. Like, I recognize the symbol from the guidebook, the tips and tricks for trade, the dealing with the traders book, but I don't know what it means yet, and I'd rather not just start opening stuff. This, if they're marked with the trader language, then this is probably just a trader post where maybe they, deal with the weather like we're doing now, or keep supplies before they go on their trading trips, but since it's been a couple years, maybe, give me a minute to look through the book again, and then we'll probably just open them anyway, because they've been here for a long time. No one's probably going to miss them, and then we get more information towards, well, why weren't they here for the last couple years?
I'm gonna walk over to one and pound on the top and see if there's any noise inside.
Okay. Make a perception check. That'll just decide on how well it was packed. Is how much you hear.
No, it's just glass breaking. That's what he hears.
It definitely sounds like there's something in there. Like, it doesn't echo or anything like that. High or low? Russell?
High.
That's it. You don't. It's not like there's something in there. It's not hollow. But you don't hear anything else.
I proceed to repeat on all the boxes. I just want to know if any of them sound like there is something alive.
Okay. You do that with all of them. None of them sound alive. Nothing pounds back or anything.
If it's been a couple years, what do you expect to be alive in there still?
That's the scary bit.
Oh, jeez. Wonderful.
I come from the Underdark. I have seen some shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
feeding the horses.
Yeah, let's get camp set up. Let's get, takeoffs an outer layer. Get cozy, and I'll look through the book a little bit more, and then we can maybe make a decision on investigating this area a little bit more. And I guess I'll take first watch then, and I can go through everything, and then we can do something.
Okay. So anyone else against that or doing anything? Sealing the door?
If I think the crates belong to somebody, I may not go through them, but I'll still provide light.
There's no other entrances, right? Just the one
No,
that we saw.
that you
I
know.
think just the chimney. Would that be considered an entrance? How big is the chimney, I guess? Is it like pretty wide?
It's definitely not like medium-sized humanoid wide, but
Okay.
I mean like a raven
Keep an
could
eye on
probably
it.
squeeze through, or
Okay. Something maybe for a small humanoid though?
maybe like a really small humanoid.
Like a bird? Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay,
about the size.
okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Like a gnome.
Let's take one of those crates and put it in the fireplace.
In front of the fireplace. Sounds
so
good.
the chimney doesn't go all the way down to the ground. It's kind of just like one of those that is at the top.
It's a hole in
and
the
just
roof.
has like kind of
Oh.
it has
Okay.
a little bit of a cone shape that comes down from the roof a little bit to guide it a little better, but it doesn't really.
We could
It's
like
like 15 feet off the ground.
stack boxes underneath it.
Oh
See
my
if there's
gosh,
enough to get
let's not
to cover
let's
it.
not create a
I'm okay.
hazard.
Do you guys want me to lift you up there?
How tall is the ceiling? You said it was like 50 foot by 20 foot. How?
It's probably about 20 feet tall.
Are we planning on making a fire?
I was thinking about it maybe, but there's no wood in here besides those crates in the wagon. So unless you'd like to break the crates open or start taking apart the wagon, no fire tonight.
I don't participate in any breaking of crates.
Make just a quick. Well,
I don't think we
Havoc
really
doesn't
need it. We
set
can
up anything, he can quickly read through the book and see. Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Now that you have like something to look for, you're not just skimming for
So
everything.
I would like to look for that
Give 'em the
symbol.
light.
Yeah.
Well, I can cast light too, so don't worry about it.
Oh, no worries.
So I would like to look for that symbol, and then
Yeah.
also any information on like way stations, or like what we're in right now.
Okay.
Plus investigation. I really should put proficiency in that the next time I level up. 13.
High or low?
Low.
Okay. So you find
Ooh.
and the translated word. It's it's weird. It's not a word per se. It's a name, and they put the name of whoever manufactured it or wanted to sell it or
So the
whatever they
company
do.
brand.
Kinda. I mean, it's usually a family name, and you find it as a list of the common traders there, and it says common tongue Zeroni, known for uh, food. It's a food trader.
What? How do you spell that?
Zeroni. Zeroni.
I'll be right back.
Can I? Okay. So the crates probably have some kind of foodstuffs in them.
Yeah, you would assume.
You would assume. Can I look through the book looking for Zeroni and see if there's any information on him specifically, besides just that one reference to him being one of the common traders?
It's a family name, so it's like there's
okay, so
a
can I
little
look
group.
for?
There's a family that sells Zeroni stuff. And you found note that this is the kind of storage for the kingdom if they need to just take something and store it and want to slowly introduce it to the kingdom or want to preemptively take things north of the wall that they don't want to store on their side. They're like, oh, we'll just fill it with hay because we know that they're going to want to buy a bunch of hay from us. They'll store things here. Or someone
So
comes
this is
back preemptively.
This is our property.
Yes.
So if if there's crates in here, then they belong to the crown, maybe.
Yes. Or the traders south of the wall. Or
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But it's been a couple years since they've been touched.
a year to 2 years.
And that's how long the traders have been missing?
It's most likely you get that it hasn't been in since the last time they talked with the traders.
I'm cracking a crate open.
Okay. Inside is a bunch of clay pots, small.
Empty clay pots?
No, they look like they're sealed. They have a little wax seal on top with a little twine holding the lid down.
I will carefully open one of them so that I could put it back if I need to.
Okay. You open one of them, and inside there is peaches.
Are they fresh or are they gross?
They're
preserved?
Yeah, preserved. It has a little bit of funk to it, but not like a bad funk. It's almost like they're aged or something. You're like, that's definitely peaches, but
they probably
They were
weren't meant
jarred.
to be kept like this for that long. Like it's not like
probably
they're
not meant to,
preserved
but
and fermented.
definitely
This is
meant.
like
It's like, is it like they've been canned for so long that they're starting to get like a little bit fermented, but not too much?
Yeah, something's off in them that
Yeah.
probably wasn't meant to be there, but also
Okay.
they probably were sealed well enough that it's not like they're molding or anything like that.
Okay, well I can't close that then, so I guess.
I don't have any shoes. And look.
Well, that was adorable.
Were they canned with onions?
No, at least not in that box.
Is that a holes reference?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
at all. It's not a holes reference. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it splooge?
Oh my
That's
god.
that's what they called it. That's what they
Almost.
called
Yes.
It's actually
yes.
sploosh.
Sploosh.
it. Sploosh.
Oh lord.
So,
Okay.
when you said
It will
canned
be.
peaches, I just had to ask.
It will be.
I
about
thought
10
about
years,
it. I
In
thought
about
about
like
it.
50 years, it'll be sploosh. Or
Oh my
whatever that
god. Okay. Is the Okay, and that's this entire crate is full of that.
Yeah, that crate. You
Just
think maybe
looks
there's
like
other
jars of
preserved.
peaches.
Yep. the other crates might
that
have
are
other jars.
slightly off.
Yeah. But so like this, each crate, if the jars are that size, probably has 6, 7, probably a dozen. No, 2 dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, probably like 12, and then a little kind of like thin piece of wood or something separating the 12 beneath in like a little square 2 foot by 2 foot
Could
kind of
I
box.
easily put the crate, just put the lid back on the crate?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna open the rest of them just to see what's in them, and if it's all like super old like that, because then it's not gonna be useful to anybody anyways.
Another one.
Botulism.
Another one has onions, because
Wheat.
those preserve.
In little jars,
Yeah, I mean,
or are
I'd
they
say
just
like a liter to 2 liters, depending. Kind of clay jars, all sealed with.
Are they fired jars or?
They're like clay. Yeah, like what would you call that? Yeah, just clay jars.
Yeah, okay.
If you look really closely, they're coated with beeswax on the inside.
Is there
Cool,
any
man.
preserved cucumbers?
There is no pickles.
Okay, so the crate of peaches, crate of onions. What
Peaches,
else?
onions. There's some.
And I guess I'm just opening one jar in each crate just to see what they are.
Yeah, it seems like they wouldn't mix them. Strawberries.
Yep.
Another one of peaches.
When he
So there was
opens
10.
up the strawberries, okay, go ahead and just take a sample of it.
Okay. It tastes a little funky, but it doesn't taste. It just has that weird taste where you're like, something's wrong, but.
It's, in other words, it's starting to ferment.
Yeah.
You said there's 10 crates?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Peaches,
so 2 crates of peaches.
We'll say 3 crates of peaches. Not
crates
because
of
it's
peaches.
a reference or anything. 2 crates of onions, a strawberry, a blackberry, one is honey.
Oh, that shit
Ooh.
doesn't go bad.
No, it doesn't.
It just crystallizes is all.
Okay, that crate I'm gonna pack back up because I'm not touching it. I'll keep the jar that I opened because that's fucked now since I've opened it. But that crate
Not
I'm going to
necessarily.
close and not let people touch it.
The one of honey, not necessarily. All the other ones that you opened, yeah.
I mean, if they're preserved in the way that canning things works in real life, the second you open it, it's got bacteria in it.
But there were jars of crystallized honey in the pyramids.
That's because honey
that
never
they
actually
were able
goes bad.
to repurpose and
They
still
weren't
use.
opened.
Either way.
And honey just naturally doesn't go bad either.
Yeah.
No.
So.
But it's the point being the rest of the produce is fucked kind of in general. Like you couldn't sell that. The honey crate, you can sell that. Like that is still valuable. So I don't want to do anything with that. The rest of that crate.
A crate of something. Something that is extremely fermented. Alcohol of some sort. That's sweet smelling.
I take a huge swing of it.
You would know that it's high quality mead.
Oh shit.
I take that crate for myself.
No. No.
Oh yeah, you're a paladin, huh?
Well, no, I'm not a paladin. I'm a
I am.
Jonfer's a
sorcerer.
paladin.
But the point
he's
is, this is
the
not
servant
our
of the king.
stuff.
He's the servant of the king.
Yes.
I mean, technically we all are.
Yes. Technically, we all are.
Well, I just like to help people in general,
And
but
No, Lokag, we're not drinking the whole crate. You can have that jar, and you're gonna put a couple gold coins in the crate to pay for it.
you first
But
have to
we're
find out what
not
it's worth. But
we're not touching the crates that are still worth money to whoever owns them.
and the last one is
I nod.
let's see.
Nice. Kavix.
Because you guys already are lucky. We'll just see what that is. Seeds.
Beads?
it's
Seeds.
Oh, seeds.
Yeah. It looks like, yeah, the jar that you open has all one sort of seed in it.
Would I know what they are?
Do you have nature as a skill?
I do not.
Then no. But you
Okay.
you wouldn't know them off the top of your head as like a peach seed or something that you
Okay.
have seen a couple times, like, or multiple times. They don't look like apple seeds. They don't look like peach seeds.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'll put that jar back because that jar should be okay. And
That's the 10.
that crate will be put back. Okay, so I'll tell everybody what I found in all the crates. And that these are from the Zeroni trader family, who are known for food, and that this is a kind of storage outpost for
Actually,
trade.
let's see if you get lucky again. I forgot about the other thing that's in one of those crates.
Oh my lord.
You'd find a letter in one of the crates.
I read the letter.
It's actually under one of the other mead jars. You see the corner of it when you take out the first one. And it's written to Captain something. It's like a scribbled name. So I don't need to come up with one. I'll come up with one if you
Captain?
guys.
Captain
Captain
something.
And
Fantastic.
it
Plan
says
not.
well, if they're a captain of a ship, maybe I've heard of them.
no,
It's
they're
probably a military rank.
Okay.
captain of the wall because it says
I know.
Probably, yeah.
I got the trade goods that you asked for. We'll leave them up here until we can fetch them later and bring them south of the wall to make a little extra money.
Ah, so they're bootlegging.
I'd say smuggling.
Bootlegging, same difference.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's mead, so they're
the other
bootlegging the
stuff
mead.
too. Well, but
Yeah,
the preserves and all that.
yeah, they're smuggling goods.
Yeah.
Well, would it really be smuggling? Like, are any of these controlled by the kingdom or taxed certainly, or like
They are. You would know that there is some things that the kingdom does to keep demand up for certain items.
okay?
Like they will go to the traders and get silk and not release all the silk. They will slowly release the silk throughout the year to the
Okay.
clothing
Because they're
people
assholes.
in order to control the prices and all that. So there is things that they're like, yeah, I mean, we have a little storage of this expensive mead, but it's way more expensive if there's only 2 bottles out there.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, they do some manipulation of it, and then obviously most of it gets routed through the traders that are acceptable type thing, and like the guy that you dealt with.
Yeah, but
he
they would be in on it and know like what the kingdom wants them to do, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's certain prices that they have set for it. There's a little section of willing, like high-end price for this, low-end price for that, whatever, like 4 bales of hay for a bottle of mead, or whatever random trade item that they have in the list. Like general things, and then they're also, I mean,
So this is totally an illegal operation.
this, yeah, definitely seems like it should have been south of the wall 2
All
years
right.
ago or whatever,
In
and the guards were trying to make a little extra.
In the lawful good alignment of Cavax Radala, I say, all right, guys, we're having some fun tonight because I guess some guards are doing some naughty things, and this is, I am in the name of the king. I am commandeering this contraband, and Lokag, you can't have that whole crate. You have to share.
At least we're setting boundaries. Minor though
yeah.
that may be.
So I fill everyone in
I take
on
a
the
jar.
letter.
I take a jar of the mead out of the crate, and I walk over to Lokag and I'm like, "Here, you can have mine." And I just pat him
How
on the
many
arm and I'm
jars
like,
are there
"There
in
you
the
go."
crate?
He said there were
24.
24 in each crate. Oh, 4 jars in that crate.
No, 24.
Yeah,
so
so
2
there's
dozen, yeah.
24 in each crate?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go over to that crate and I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I split
What's your
up
intelligence at?
my intelligence.
Yeah.
12.
Oh, okay.
I split up evenly amongst all of us.
Should be 4 each.
Okay.
So Lokag gets 8. I'll take like a sip, just to taste it. So, but
So now you
he can
have
have
a
mine.
crate that you can burn because it's
Yeah,
been emptied and
it's been
piles of
emptied.
meat everywhere. Lokag said that he took all the meat out and put them into 6 piles.
Let's leave the mead in the crate. That way it travels better. We're not drinking all of this tonight.
It doesn't mean
Valid
we can't
point.
enjoy a little bit tonight.
Yes,
Doesn't
but
mean we can't try.
Yeah.
How big are the jars of honey, by the way?
He said they were about liter jars.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, liter and a half, somewhere around there. It's not like.
So we should keep the honey, the mead, and the seeds in their crates because they are still worth keeping and maybe taking with us or coming back for them once we do our business on this side of the wall. The rest of it, yeah, we can go ham on.
Would you mind if I had a jar of honey? If you want, I can pay you for it.
Well, I mean, doing it. Being as we are all technically servants of the king, and we are on a diplomatic mission and a secret intelligence mission, it's commandeering it in the name of the king as contraband would be splitting it amongst all of us evenly, or just straight up taking it back to Jeff and giving it to the castle. I think maybe Jeff wouldn't give a shit. So
yeah, Jeff seems generally kind of cool.
Yeah, and this little operation wouldn't
let us
bother
pick
him.
whatever food we wanted.
Yeah, like he set us up. So
he wouldn't care. This is not important.
So you get your 4 jars of honey.
I turn towards Mohammed and challenge him to a drinking contest.
I'm not stupid enough to try to outdrink you, but I will drink with you.
So you're just gonna drink your 4 liters of mead. Holy shit, that's a lot of mead, actually. Though, fuck.
I was going to challenge
Liter-
somebody to a drinking contest, but since they said no, I'm not going to drink it all at once.
Okay.
I know about alcohol poisoning. Thank you very much.
So
Yeah, it's not fun. It's totally not fun.
Yeah.
General consensus. Do any of you want your share of spoiled peaches, onions, strawberries, or blackberries?
No, not unless
Well,
something's
they weren't
fermented.
necessarily spoiled.
They were off enough that none of it wouldn't be fun to eat them, would it?
It depends.
Like by themselves. Okay,
Depends
so
on your definition of fun.
with being around a lot of like preserved food and stuff on the ship and everything, could I tell? Yeah.
You've
Okay.
definitely had
Okay.
worse and been safe. Like.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning more.
I've had an upset stomach a few times.
We might
from
take
eating
that
bad
crate of
foods.
mead with us. Are we gonna take any of the other crates with us?
Could the horses eat the onions?
If you want the horses to get drunk.
I mean, they're not going to do that much. They are like preserved and chopped up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could
So-
see. But
So my plan is we can take apart a couple of the crates. That way we can dry off, warm up, and I can make food because I can use all of this to make something actually edible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can try. Remember, that's the trick here.
This is true. But I can. Well, so actually, that's something I don't have to roll for with the cook's tools. It's a utility of it. I can use. I can make do with ingredients you scavenge that others would be unable to transform into nourishing meals. I assume that this would qualify for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
You have other ingredients to throw in there. You probably couldn't just.
Right. We
make
have
a
all the stuff
preserved
that's
pancake
on the wagon already. Right.
Yeah.
Hell,
Well,
if
so
we
what I
had,
was thinking.
If we had a pufferfish, you might be able to cook that.
I don't think I'm that skilled of a chef.
So.
But what I was thinking
yeah.
was using some of the onions with some of our preserved meat and making like a compote with the blackberries for like a tasty entree, and then using the peaches and the strawberries to make cobbler because I assume we have butter, and then I assume we have like a little bit of oats or flour I could use to make a crust.
You definitely have like a bag of flour as just a
Fuck yeah,
thing
we're
that you can
we're
easily
eating
mix.
good tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll fix all that up.
This is the most well-fed D&D campaign I have ever been in.
I was so excited to take the chef's tools, especially once I saw the Xanathar's bit on how they have expanded rules for it, because I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing. Yeah.
So,
Right?
yeah. Roll with proficiency.
And I'll help you cut stuff up.
1d20 plus 2, 3 plus 3. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So, yeah, you make.
So that counts as a gourmet meal using the cook's utensils.
Awesome. Well, you make a gourmet meal. You also end up having time to make some like travel oat bars with the miscellaneous fruits.
Fantastic.
So there's like fruity Cliff bars and shit. That's for the next day. It is.
How many of those? That way I can just throw it in the wagon inventory.
You make.
Or is it just one day's worth for all of us?
It'd be probably 2-3 days worth. If you had a bar each day or 2 bars a day.
It'll be for a good lunch.
You get 24 bars. I mean, just as snacks or whatever. But yeah, you have invented Cliff bars in this little onion shed with random ingredients.
I am gonna take note of that. That way I can recreate it.
Kevix is
And
shack bars.
yeah,
Jack bars.
everything turns out exactly how you want it to be. The meat's all cooked well, nothing burns.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Delicious.
all good.
I wish the cooks on the ship could cook this well.
Ah, you've
This is
outdone
awesome.
yourself from
I'm-
your last meal.
I've like my
From the one
backpack.
meal.
My backpack looks like Samwise's from Lord of the Rings. Like I have like 10 pots and like all the stuff. Like so I have the chef's kit and then I
Nice.
bought an extra pot and other stuff. Like I am set up.
Wow.
Okay, and then knock off a day's worth of rations for everybody from the wagon. Could I knock half a day's worth because I'm using a lot of stuff from the stores here? What?
Does it use a day's worth per person or?
Well, I'm just like keeping track of rations that we have.
I mean, you're making a gourmet meal. A day's worth is usually just a simple.
But then
just
I
to
have all
tide
this
you
stuff
over.
in here, so I'll just knock off a day for all of
You're
us.
knocking off a
Okay.
day, but you made multiple days worth with the items.
Yeah, you made like
So,
all the
You made
Cliff bars and
snacks
stuff
for
too.
more
Remember?
days, yeah. So
Right. Okay.
take off the 6 days or whatever it is of
Yeah.
total. 'Cause-
So, and I assume this is using our fresh ingredients still, not our hard tack.
yeah, you actually use some of the hard tack
Oh yeah, to make the Cliff
to
bars.
make
Okay.
the bars. So
Um,
what is the watch order?
I'll go first as usual.
I have no
Okay.
problem taking second.
I could do second or fourth. Don't matter to me.
Do we want somebody to also watch with Locag so he doesn't drink all the mead?
I mean, he can drink all of his meat.
I trust him to be honorable enough not to drink all the booze.
So how much are you drinking, Locag?
The real question
Enough
has
that-
come out.
Enough that when he's done with his shift, he ain't waking the fuck back up.
2 jars.
Make a Constitution save. And who's watching with him? For him?
For him.
You did calm instead of con. There you go.
Drinking 2
He
liters of
is-
high quality mead.
He is still awake.
Jesus Christ.
Make a perception check.
2 liters of cola.
Whoever's also watching with him.
This is the
I said I
first watch that I've got anything above a 10.
I said that I would take second or third watch, so.
Well, you're watching by yourself. Nothing
Well,
seems to happen. It's raining.
Never mind.
So in other words, it's shit weather right now, and nothing really is
It's shitty.
lurking.
You keep hearing the sizzle of water dripping onto the fire. That's slowly dying out a little bit. Second watch is who?
I'll take it unless someone else wants it.
I'll do a second.
Okay, Yantra.
Alrighty, give me 1 second. Sorry. No.
You
6.
don't notice anything. The rain is still going. You notice that. Momnin, you said third?
Yeah.
Me.
Momnin
Oh.
and Gwen.
Yeah.
Okay.
As part of my watch, I'll go over and I'll check the door and make sure that I can still like slightly open it a little bit. Like an inch.
You don't see a bar on the other side. And actually during your
Okay.
guys' watch, 2-hour watch, after about an hour it starts to let up, and by the end of your watch it is the sun's starting to peak up. You guys stayed up a little later than usual. And
Okay.
once the sun kind of crests the horizon, there's a little bit of daylight out there. The rain has fully stopped, and it's just the sound of water leaking down the chimney or in front of the door is the only thing that you really hear. But other than that, you didn't roll a perception, Gwen.
No. 26.
Right at the end of your watch, you would in the daylight see, once your eyes focus down the path towards the road, you see Raven sitting there, and then once it sees that you see it, like, you guys kind of make eye contact from about 100 yards away, and you see it just kind of like fly off further north.
Okay. I told Mom then about that if you didn't see it.
He probably didn't go all the way up to the door. He was just
Okay.
watching normally. But then it would be Kavix and Kita for the last watch.
Also, did you hear that like wind cell or sound earlier? It was my dice. They're really cool. It's on D&D Beyond.
Okay, at least Kita's paying attention.
Okay, yeah, you are just admiring your Kavix bars, organizing them by flavor. Like, okay, we got these ones.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You're just, excited that last night's cooking went so well that you were able to do just a bunch of shit. You probably start actually heating up some of the leftovers during your watch.
Oh, I'd love to like heat up a bunch of the fruit for breakfast.
Yeah. Start heating up breakfast.
Like maybe even
you
just
want to roll
put
for it?
Oh, let's just like
Pancakes?
let's take a little bit of the honey and a little bit of the butter, and we'll open the jar, put a little bit of honey, a little bit of butter in it, mix it up, and then just put the jar in the fire, like low fire, so that way the jar won't break. And just yes, let's do that with a couple of the jars, and that'll be breakfast. We can just eat out of the jars. This is gonna be so good. I'm actually hungry now, like in real life. This is stupid.
You're doing a great job.
Well,
I just ate and I'm hungry again.
It's your fault for choosing a character with ability to cook.
You're making me hungry.
There you go.
Me want dessert.
There's a 20 for breakfast.
They are almost smoothie-esque.
Nice.
Just you've removed all of the bad taste.
But they're warm.
Yeah.
Like I give everybody a spoon, and it's just like, yep, eat it out the jar.
You guys are kind of rotating flavors.
Mm.
Kita, you.
I'm just enjoying like the nice, fresh, like after a storm smell, and eating this delicious meal. Like, oh, this is so good.
As everyone's waking up, Kita, you see, out of like the top of the barn door, you see a bird kind of like grab the edge of the grass up top and kind of like cock its head down over and try to peer through the top of the doors as you're kind of sitting in front of them.
You have a so say.
I would probably point it out.
I'll take some of the berries and I'll throw them to, not at, to the crow and be like, here, try this instead of us.
Well, it's like above the door, kind of trying to peek in over the tops. And it didn't even see anyone notice it. If you did throw something out a crack in the door, it flies down and picks it up, flies back up to the top, and starts eating it. You assume.
Cool.
And everyone starts packing up.
Yes. So, question about that for the group. What do we want to take with us? What do we want to leave here and get on our way back? Do we destroy the contraband? What do y'all want to do with all of this stuff? Because I assume we couldn't load all of this up onto the wagon. That would probably not work. How heavy are the crates?
Right.
You could probably safely put a couple crates up top on top of the hay. You probably just right now there's, did I say 4 hay bales?
Yes, which I assume we would have used some of to feed the horses last night.
You would have used some.
Yeah,
probably
I said that I fed the horses.
Question.
So we could take
2 of the hay bales on top of each other and put 2 more crates up there.
Question: did we ever bring in the hay the night before, or did we leave it on top of the wagon?
Oh,
the wagon's inside.
The wagon's inside.
But yeah, the wagon charged into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big enough room that the wagon and all of us are in here.
Yeah.
So would we be down to like 3 bales of hay or like 3.5 bales of hay?
It's like 3.5. You're not feeding them like crazy.
They wouldn't have eaten a whole bale of hay between the 2 horses.
Lots of it you're also trying to park them in fields where they can graze.
Yeah, so he can graze and
So
stuff.
you might have just now opened up the first bale that night.
We could take like a few crates and do like a mix and match of them.
Well, so I assume we used at least 2 or 3 of the crates to build a fire last night. And to warm us all up and dry us off. My immediate thoughts, and everybody chime in if you have something different, is we bring the mead and the honey.
We don't need all of it.
Well, I mean, we might as well bring it.
You're talking about taking it with us right now.
If we leave stuff here to get it on the way back, and we get back here and it's all gone, I would rather have the mead with us.
Why?
Gonna agree with that one.
Claps hand on his shoulder and says, "Can't argue with that."
Because booze.
Okay.
And then the
extra
honey.
weight that the horses have to pull, and if it's contraband, we don't really want to be selling it, so it would just be extra
wait. Okay.
So,
how much do the jars weigh, Brendan? Like, it's a liter jar. How much does a liter of mead weigh? Liter of mead.
I was gonna say. I mean, really liquid. And then probably double it for whatever the jar weighs.
1.25 kilograms. What is kilograms to pounds? 1 kilogram is 2 pounds. So so are we thinking like 2 kilograms for so like 4 pounds for the jar full of mead?
We'll say 5.
5 pounds.
Yeah, 5
each
pounds
jar
for
of mead.
probably each jar. I mean, the other ones are also like mainly liquid for the the fruits, and you can just
So
average
they
it
all
out
just
to
weigh
5
about 5
pounds.
pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. 5 times 22. No, stop it. Calculator. 5 times 22. It's 110 pounds. Okay. How about this? We put all of the honey and all of the mead in this wonderful, magical, extra-dimensional space that we have called a bag of holding. And then there's no extra weight for the horses.
That everyone kind of forgot about.
I was waiting. This was
That
my.
works with me.
That's
No,
why I
was
started
just
asking.
kind of wondering why. I was kind of just wondering why we need to take all of it right now. So,
Because they might come back
but
and
if you
reclaim
want
it.
to, if you,
If they come
which
back and
once
reclaim it, then we
again,
get nothing.
which once again, it's contraband. So unless we do put it in the bag of holding, we could get caught with contraband, possibly.
Well, but I mean, we're working
And
directly
and then
for
we
the
would
king.
have to use. Yeah, which we're not supposed to bother him unless we really need to.
Exactly.
So we
He
call him
doesn't
and be
need
like,
to be
"Oh, we
bothered
got
about
caught with."
this.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
So
can't get caught with anything north of the wall.
North of the wall.
And it's
And
going to be
Mhm.
a couple
we have
weeks.
we have like a
But-
seal and letters from the king stating our intent. Like no one would
And-
question us.
And nobody knows nobody except the people back at the castle knows what was on this cart when we left.
Not even the castle, it's actually just the guards at the wall. Something must have
Oh.
happened that
Oh no, the
Someone must
cart
have
when they
forgotten.
loaded us up from Narod.
oh,
Like
yeah.
they know what we left
Okay.
with.
But the crates do have an emblem on them, right?
I mean, we
Yeah.
burned a couple of them.
Okay.
And let's not
So
forget.
we could fit what we can in the bag of holding if you want to.
So we could put all of the mead, all of the honey, and probably all of the seeds if we wanted to take the seeds. Otherwise, I was just thinking we load up a couple jars of the fruits onto the wagon and we use that for food for the next couple weeks. Because if it hasn't gone super bad in the last 2 years, it won't go super bad in the next couple weeks. And I can cook
Well,
with it.
if you want to take the honey and the mead because they could possibly be profitable, then it would make sense to take the seeds because they're probably still usable. So
Oh yeah, entirely.
Let's not forget
So
how
then
many
we should take the
people
seeds, too.
around these parts really question paladins on why they have contraband.
we don't know. Apparently, people are being skinned and sold, or possibly sold.
And if they're doing that, then do we really have to worry about having contrabands on us, or would we be more worried about fighting for our lives?
It's no longer contraband. That's the great thing about being servants of the king. It is now property of the crown, of which we are employees.
Okay.
We are disposing of the
If it were magic items, you guys might get in trouble, but no one would.
But it
care.
is produce and alcohol. Like we're gonna drink the meat. That's not making it back to Narod.
Yeah, if
Well,
that
if I
makes it
can
back,
help it.
we did something wrong.
The honey might, but I mean, I assume we're all gonna keep that. But then the seeds, like, yeah, those could be donated to the castle. And Jeff would be like, "Oh, you guys brought back some fun stuff. Like, great." But then
Yeah,
I'm thinking, like, we just
so-
eat the rest of it.
Yeah.
And especially since a
So-
lot of it has already started to expire to where nobody's really gonna question it.
Yeah, I was just trying
Yeah,
to, point out that we're supposedly just taking all of the fun stuff because it's all of the fun stuff.
Well, no. I
So-
want to take a bunch of the fruit and the onions because we can eat that,
Yeah.
and that can
So-
that can be breakfast every day. Just a jar full of hot preserves.
Or some of those bars that you
Brendan,
Nice.
Yes, the bars.
Those are like travel snacks, like
Yummy,
almost
yummy.
like trail mix.
So fun thing about those, and then I have
Mhm.
2 questions for Brendan. With the cook's utensils, I can also duplicate a meal, and that is much easier than creating a gourmet meal. So I could just keep making those. Question for Brendan: can you make another text channel that we can use as the bag of holding inventory? That way
yeah.
we can keep track of it as a group, and then one person doesn't have to worry about it. Maybe the wagon too. Is that a thing?
Wagon of holding.
I assume that. Yeah, that's just a regular wagon, isn't it?
I just
and then
did bag of holding wagon. So
fantastic. So we can put whatever's in the bag I'm holding there. So that would be 2 dozen jars of honey, 2 dozen jars of seeds, and 22 jars of meat. Cool. And then, Brendan, on the map that we have of Sokotoa, it doesn't go this far above the north wall, does it? Like, would
you guys
where
are
we are
already
be
off the
on the
map.
map? Okay.
Yeah. You guys are
Can
already
I
off the
like
map.
can I like take a piece of paper, or like can I use is there any map in the guidebook that I got from the merchants
Actually,
of
there
the
probably
north of the
is.
wall? Okay. If there is, would this outpost be on the map? And if it's not, I would like to put it on the map. That way I know where we are.
It is actually on the map.
Okay.
You
Does it
just
have a
didn't
name?
really. It's called
Or is it
Storehouse.
just Storehouse? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Then I'm good. I'm done. We can go about our day, or if anybody else has anything. Oh, and then to the wagon, I'm gonna add a bunch of the fruit. Oh. Hello. You're back. We can't hear you if you're talking.
Hello. Okay, cool.
Now we can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you
Yep,
now.
you're good.
Cool. Thank you.
Mhm.
What'd I miss?
Nothing.
Okay.
I think it was just. Okay, that's good. That is so many spells. So. Just gonna click on fun words. So you guys head. Head out and head north.
Yeah. Hey, Cavix.
Yes.
There's something that I think could be interesting to try next time you cook that I've kind of heard of a little bit, but haven't gotten to try
Fantastic.
yet.
What would that be?
I've heard that sometimes people use honey to make like meat and stuff like that sweeter.
Oh, heck yes, they do.
I'm not sure how, but I've heard that they can do that.
Oh, it's just a glaze, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I just take some of our preserved meat and like I guess would I have a bag that I could, well, maybe no, I wouldn't want to use a bag. The meat's all like in a barrel, isn't it?
Yeah, you probably don't have that much more. It's probably actually wrapped, in like
Could
whatever.
I use one of the empty jars?
Yeah, you definitely have at least like friggin' 6 empty jars.
Okay, I'd like to bring those empty jars with us. So I'm gonna use one of the jars.
Could you preserve it with honey instead of salt?
It's not necessarily preserving it, is it? I thought it was just like more of a glaze kind of thing. Like, can you pack meat and honey? Is that the thing?
Out of character, you could use it as a glaze or a marinade, and sometimes, depending on the circumstances, it can be used to make meat last a little bit longer.
You can preserve meat with just honey. It has to be submerged to protect it from oxygen, and then the honey is antibacterial.
Mm-hmm.
So then the meat can't break down.
Yep.
I don't know how much that would change the flavor of it, but yeah, that's awesome.
It could be like a marinade. So
essentially what I would do is take one of the empty jars, put enough meat in it for dinner for all of us, and then enough honey to coat it, and then like just kind of put it over one of the axles. That way it moves over throughout the day, kind of like a butter churn. And I'll just smile at her like, dinner's gonna be good.
Maybe we could like wrap it in some like rope or cloth or something like that, so it's less likely to crack.
It would be like
Gwen and Kavix
would
are
be
just like swapping food ideas right here and just.
It would be in
like,
the wagon,
licking their chops.
like it.
Oh, okay.
It would be like in a spot where it's moving, but then yeah.
If there's still wax around the top, can we like heat it up just a very tiny bit to seal the lid so it doesn't spill?
Does anybody have any candles? Because that's.
I have a tinderbox. I have a tinderbox, and I also have a. Yeah.
I'm talking about candle.
Oh, so you could reseal it with wax?
Yeah.
Do we have apples? Toss her an apple.
Yeah, I asked for apples and oranges.
Toss her an
Fresh
apple.
fruit. Yay!
Oh.
And I'll go back up top
make
to
a dex
keep watch.
to see if you catch it. Just kidding.
Perception checks for everyone.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Once you guys are on the road.
I see nothing. Nothing at all.
One moment.
Me neither.
914. So far, nothing. 13. I mean, you're paying attention to the road. Unless you guys have switched, then.
Am I driving or are you low keg?
I say, why don't I go ahead and drive? Early morning kind of deal.
Okay. Does it?
Okay.
So, are we driving because we both have land vehicle proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Gwen
23
has
perception.
the water vehicle.
Yeah, I have water vehicle.
Not only that, because the fact that we both have it, by switching off, it also helps keep us from getting fatigued as well.
Yes. So.
So 23 for perception for me.
You are the only one who noticed the. Right, 8. I mean, Kavix, you probably see a raven flying over the forest.
Just
Gwen,
one?
you see. Yeah, like you don't see a bunch of them. Gwen, you see that there is a little crowd of them that is still moving ahead of you in the forest off to your right.
Okay. Looks like we're still being followed. That or we're keeping up with them.
What would be followed? What's everyone's theories for what the ravens are doing, or what the what does everybody think is going on?
They ate the berries that I threw to them.
And they know that we have food now, so that people are following us because of that.
Well, previously it didn't seem like they were concerned about having food, that they thought maybe we were food, so.
Well, I mean, we were keeping them from their food, and we were attacking them. They're known to be aggressive if provoked, and they remember the faces of their attackers.
So I'm gonna have to apologize to a bunch of birds.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Wonderful.
That was me apologizing, was giving them berries. So.
I think it'll take more than one.
What was that?
So,
You were really quiet. Hold on, let me turn your volume up. Can you repeat what you said?
Me?
Yes.
I said that would probably take more than one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
More than one what?
Berry.
I threw like 3 to the one that I saw. So.
Yeah, and you tacked how many?
Hey, if more of them come, I will give them more berries. We have like crates full of them now.
I threw essentially a whole crate of the preserves on the wagon. That way I can cook with it.
Yeah. If that keeps
miscellaneous.
if that keeps them from attacking us, then I will gladly sacrifice my ration of berries. I actually like animals. I just don't like it when they try to like hurt me.
Well,
Of
and it
course I'm
was
not gonna
very
get
much
along with
worth
them.
finding out that that cart was full of the missing traders that had been skinned.
Yeah, it was worth it. I'm just hoping that they at least understand that they're not being like controlled by someone. I did share the fact that I shared what I saw when we were fighting, how they like towards the forest and hesitated, and then they went back to fighting us, and then they flew off in the direction of the forest. So I don't know if they're possibly tamed or not. Maybe I don't know about that stuff. So
Because
also I rolled a 21 to catch the apple.
Okay.
Brendan, would Cavax? Well, so I guess first of all, my animal handling is +4. But then, would Cavax know anything about druids and their connections with animals?
Yeah. I mean, pretty
Okay,
common.
then I'd like to ask Kita her input on what Gwen saw with the birds acting funny, if that is something that maybe a person would be telling them to do or coordinating the birds, and if that same person is having the birds follow us for some reason. Like, is that something in the realm of capabilities of a druid?
Yes.
Speak with small animals.
You can roll a nature check.
Me or Kita?
Kita. Most likely with advantage, because I'm assuming one of the other 5 people will help.
Yeah.
So 15. Yeah, we're so
No.
let's make sure that I get that right. Quit it.
No, you quit it.
She says that ravens can gather in groups. They are called an unkindness. Mainly because they don't like to be in groups, and they only travel in groups when necessary.
Oh, great. So what makes it necessary for them to be in big ass groups?
Mm-hmm.
See. Yeah. Yeah, it even says like the flocks of ravens that live together have way higher stress levels and feather loss and
they really don't like it.
They eat less and all that stuff because mainly they only travel in groups in order to defend themselves or defend a territory. And it's way more stressful than just being on your own and flying off somewhere.
Just like human society.
Yeah,
Humans are like natural pack animals.
Up to a certain number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on the size.
Actually, it's there's an actual constant number for that based on a bunch of anthropological studies of Neanderthals and caravan tribes and like nomads, and also D&D or not D&D, World of Warcraft raid groups, and that number is 50 at maximum that humans can maintain cohesiveness as a group.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious that anthropologists did a study with Neanderthals and World of Warcraft players in the same study.
Dude, they've done so many different studies. Usually in World of Warcraft, it's not even funny. I mean, they quite literally
essentially
use World of Warcraft to study the way that humans act and think as a group.
They used it once for a study in virology.
It's great. Such useful information. But yeah, so 50 people is about the most that humans can interact cohesively and consistently as a group.
Well, I mean, that is their job, is to study humanity. So, might as well have fun with it, right?
But I had a fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you guys are on your way doing anything different, or?
I would like to be reading the guidebook as much as I can while also still helping pay attention since Lokag is driving.
I'll do what I can, but I'm not very good at, surface world stuff.
I'd like to make sure I don't drive off a cliff or something.
I can
And then you're reading and all that.
I might be looking up, like, whenever I'm looking to help just, like, keep an eye on everything, I might, like, scan the ground around us as we're traveling to see if there's, like, naturally growing sage or